It is a championship for the Bedford Bulldogs, 3 in a row.
Johnson serves it in. Great header there, and it's a goal.
Brian O'Brien shot, Bedford goal.
Sees it about the 18, sends it up and over and in. Big shot, Grace Crowder. Will kick, snaps back, kick is up. It looks good. It is good.
It's good.
It is good.
It's good. Good afternoon, everybody. It is a beautiful day for championship football. Temperatures in the 30s, but not a cloud in the sky. I'm Harry Kozlowski. I'm here at Corey Munstead Tiger, ready to bring you the D1 final here between the Bulldogs, the undefeated number 3 seed, and the one-loss Londonderry Lancers, who come in as the number 4 seed. Corey, this is going to be a contest against two monster lines, both on offense and defense.
Championship rematch here, Harry. 364 days later, we're back in the same spot. Same two teams. Should be a phenomenal game. Great offenses, great defense on both sides of this stadium, and it should be a phenomenal match this afternoon.
Had a chance to listen to Reed Roger Brown's review of the game, and he pretty much, I think, nailed it when he said that this is a game that's going to come down to Bedford's effectiveness through the air. Londonderry, of course, is a fantastic running team. They have 4 quarterbacks, but despite having 4 quarterbacks, they really don't have an air attack. They mostly keep it on the ground, and they're very good at doing that. They pounded all their opponents. They ground Pinkerton down into a dust to get to this game. Bedford, on the other hand, is a more multi-dimensional offense. They can do it through the air and on the ground as well. We had a chance to talk to Coach Matthews earlier this week, and here's what he had to say. We're speaking with Coach Zach Matthews of the Bedford Bulldogs, coming off a exciting 28-0 win over Portsmouth Oyster River on Friday evening. Coach, congratulations on the win. I want to talk to you about one key moment in the game. You were up 7-0, but Portsmouth Oyster River was driving into the red zone. Their big running back, Brooks Connor, was getting big yards on plays, and you call a timeout and have a rather animated talk with your team shortly after Bedford forces a turnover. That was likely the turning point of the game. Can you share what you said with the players at that moment?
Yeah, I mean, we had to refocus them. I think we were being undisciplined at the time. We were not taking the right angles or approaches to some of our run fits, which is something we usually do very, very well. And so I felt at that point in time, this is not to take nothing away from, obviously, some really good running backs at Portsmouth, but I felt like we were creating the opportunities with poor angles and not doing what we've done all year long, which is execute and kind of playing together. So I challenged the kids to kind of fix their angles and play together as a unit more, rather than kind of trying to go and make some individual tackles. And obviously the kids did a really nice job of responding.
Did you get a chance to watch the Pinkerton-Londonderry semifinal? The Lancers dominated the Astros, a team that they lost to earlier in the season. What do you think Londonderry did in that game to win so big? Or do you think that Pinkerton Academy also contributed with mistakes on their end?
Yeah, I mean, I was there at the game, and I also have watched the film multiple times now, and I think it's a combination of a couple things. Number one, I think that Pinkerton played a really, really sloppy game. I mean, they were tripping over each other in the backfield in the first play. They fumbled on the third play of the game, setting up Londonderry with a short field. They bobbled the snap on a field goal when they were in the red zone, which could have put 3 points on the board, made it 14-3 at half. Opening kickoff of the second half, 2 Pinkerton kids run into each other, and a kick return goes to the house. So, I mean, I think Londonderry has developed. They've improved. They had a little bit of a younger team early in the season, and those kids have made improvements. And then it just looked to me like Pinkerton had a really tough day. Like, they, for whatever reason, they weren't ready to go, and there's a lot of mistakes, and they just couldn't bounce back from them.
The Lancers do run that 4-quarterback system, but they still look like they're mostly a run team, very much like Portsmouth Oyster River. Do these substitutions really alter what a team does, or do you just have to focus on the plays rather than the players?
Yeah, I think it's more the latter, Harry. We got to focus on the plays and not the players. All of their quarterbacks, they have a very quarterback-heavy run system, meaning that their quarterbacks are usually their primary ball carriers, and whereas, for us, we use a running back, obviously, to do most of that hard work. So all of their kids move their feet pretty well. All of them can make some throws, but there's no doubt they want to keep the ball on the ground and play behind their big offensive line and pretty much keep our offense off the field, similar to what Portsmouth tried to do, and dominate time of possession and kind of grind some yards away.
Finally, what do the Bulldogs have to do to repeat as champions Saturday?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're going to have to play another physical brand of football. We're going to have to get them off the field in critical situations. So, third downs and fourth downs, if they're going to go, if they're going to go for it on fourth and short, or, if it's third and short or third and medium, we're going to have to do a good job getting off the field and not allow them to extend drives. I think penalties and turnovers are always a big thing. Last year, to be honest, these two teams, we played a pretty sloppy game with a lot of turnovers, fumbles, interceptions. And so, in my opinion, we're going to have to clean things up. We know what type of team we have if our kids play good, clean football. And so if we're able to come out and manage the emotions and execute and play the way we're capable of, I think we're going to be happy with the result.
Coach, thank you for your time all year, and good luck on Saturday.
Yeah, thank you very much, Harry, and thank you guys for your coverage all year. We really appreciate it.
Coach Zach Matthews of the Bedford Bulldogs speaking with us as he does every week. We really appreciate him giving us his time. Corey, the Bulldogs are 3-1 in Division I in football championship games. They lost their first appearance against Pinkerton. They won 3 straight. Of course, the most recent one was last year. So Bedford has a chance not only to defend that championship, but also to earn their second perfect season. They had one in 2018.
They've had a fantastic year, and I can envision them doing the same this year and capping it off with the victory. As Coach Matthews talked about, last year was kind of a sloppy start. I mean, this was a number 10 seed making it all the way to the finals against the number 1 Londonderry Lancers. And both teams had a little bit of a sloppy first half last year. Again, he talked about the turnovers, 2 fumbles apiece, an interception. But then Bedford was able to get things under control in that second half. And then, of course, that game-winning field goal by Colby Snow with just seconds on the board, putting Bedford ahead 15-14. I don't imagine that we'll see such a low-scoring affair that we saw last year. Both of these offenses are potent, high-scoring. They've been phenomenal throughout, although both of the offenses are facing defenses they have not yet seen this year.
Well, Danny Black in the playoffs has had a tremendous year so far. 20 of 30, 275 yards, 5 touchdowns, and 1 interception in 2 games. That's a quarterback rating of 121.53 and a passer percentage of 6.67. Brody Helton, his top running back, having a good playoff as well. 35 carries, 197 yards, 3 touchdowns. He's averaging 5.63 yards per carry. And then through the air, Luke Soden is the man. He's got 7 catches in 2 games, 102 yards and 2 touchdowns. And we're going to try to see how much of that passing attack can get unleashed here against this Londonderry defense. The Londonderry hasn't seen a lot of teams that can throw the ball, but they have a powerful front, and they're going to come after Black as much as they can.
And that's part of what Bedford has been developing over the second half of the season. As you've heard over the last couple of weeks, they've really tried to come out with that balanced attack. Early in the season, it was run heavy. Brody Helton. Oh, by the way, Alec Corriveau, also a phenomenal running back. However, I think Coach Matthews realized that he was going to have to mix in the pass if they wanted to have long-term success. He did that successfully over the last 5 or 6 games of the regular season, and then here throughout the playoffs as they've kind of stomped their way to this championship game.
And Londonderry has just entered the field. You can hear their fans cheering on the far sideline. White uniforms, blue numbers, blue helmet, red trim. Bulldogs will be all black. This is a blackout theme game for their fans. And the players, they'll be black head to toe with white numbers and red trim.
We talk about the 3 phases of the games: offense, defense, special teams. Of course, offense, we talked about it just a couple of minutes ago. Their defense, again, has only let up 20 points over 2 New Hampshire opponents in the regular season, including 5 shutouts with another one last week. Absolutely spectacular on that side of the ball. But I do want to mention special teams. Dylan Soden has come into his own and really provided an anchor in the kicking game. Of course, snapping, holding, Henryshawn, Black, huge parts of that game, but Dylan Soden has developed his kicking leg, both on the kickoffs with several touchbacks throughout the year, and then getting a steady there, kicking the ball through the upright. So his place kicking has developed quite well throughout this season.
That's a great point, and I think Coach Matthews is aware of it. You know, when you're playing in a game, you don't know how far out you can attempt a field goal. Early in the year, you didn't want to do one outside of 25 yards. Now, I think I'd be comfortable seeing Dylan Dylan trying for 40 yards. I mean, we've seen his extra points blast out of the stadium sometimes. He's really he's developed his form, and he's gotten a lot better.
And we saw the same thing in warm-ups today as he was taking some extra points and sailing it over the second fence. So for your 40-yard estimate, I believe that's a good one from a distance perspective. So great job by Dylan developing that aspect of such an important part of the football game when you get to contests like today. State championship, great teams on both sides of the ball. Sometimes those little plays start to add up, and I expect to see that here today.
And the wind is relatively mild, so that shouldn't be too much of a factor in the kicking or passing game. Bedford's on the field, as I mentioned, all black head to toe, white numbers, red trim, and we'll be pausing in just a moment for the coin flip and, of course, the national anthem coming your way very soon. Hey, just want to let you know that winter sports season is just around the corner, and Bedford Community Television along with WBNH are going to be bringing you boys ice hockey this year. We're going to open their season with our first broadcast against Hanover, and that's on Wednesday, December 13th at 7 p.m. game, and hope you'll tune in for that on BCTV and Bedford 105.1.
So a little bit on the Lancers again. They're 8-1 overall coming into the game, and we'll get into that a little bit more as we're about to get into the national anthem. So we'll pause real quick as the national anthem is played, and rejoin you for Division I championship football.
Police Chief Bradley Haas. Thank you. And now for the performance of the national anthem by the Bedford Bulldog Marching Band.
Bedford Marching Band with the national anthem.
Just about to talk about the Lancers' road through the playoffs. Of course, they opened up as the number 4 seed. They did have to play in the preliminary round and took care of Windham handily, 46-0, then advanced to play Exeter. Again, they beat Exeter 27-6, a little bit tighter affair than some expected there. And then last week, they played Pinkerton. And people honestly thought that was going to be a dogfight. It did not end up to be, as Pinkerton was routed 42-7. And Coach Matthews, you heard talk about in that interview, the Pinkerton Astros did not look themselves in that game. First play from scrimmage, quarterback, running back handoff. Their feet got tangled. It was very unusual play for play number 1 of a game. And unfortunately, it was a negative yardage play and was honestly foreshadowing for the rest of that game for the Astros. So the Lancers rolled in that game 42-7.
Yeah, and if that didn't do them in the opening kickoff of the second half where 2 Astro players ran into each other, opening up a wide lane for a kick return of 95 yards, that pretty much sealed it. Speaking of Bedford, though, they had a much shorter run. They, of course, had an opening round bye. They opened up against Portsmouth, I'm sorry, against Salem, right? 49-6 was that final. And then in the semis last week, it was 28-0 over Portsmouth Oyster River, the fifth shutout or the sixth shutout, I should say. That was number 6 on the season.
Bedford has run the toss. They choose to receive, so we'll see Danny Black bring the Bulldogs out to start this game. Both sides getting ready.
That's interesting. They're eager to get their hands on the ball. They want to make Londonderry play from behind if possible. So we'll see what Coach Matthews has up his sleeve here as they will receive the ball. They're going to be getting the kick. They're going to be defending the end zone to the right, going to our left. What little wind there is going from left to right.
Yeah, the flag over in our deep left corner, fluttering just gently. So not too bad of a day here today. As you mentioned, no clouds in the sky, low 30s at kickoff. Sun setting over our back right shoulder here. Just an absolutely fantastic setting for a playoff football game.
Second year in a row we're at Eustis Field at Ball Stadium here on the grounds of Exeter High School. It was customary to have the games at UNH at their stadium, but we've moved things. The NHIAA has moved things to Ball Stadium here. Nice intimate facility, and it's practically full here. I think, when the games were at UNH, they had a lot of players. Since they did all the divisions on the same day, they had people shuffling in and out, but it was never full. This game is totally full because this is just our game here today.
Kicking off for the Lancers is 29, Blake Thompson. Left-footed kicker. Dylan Soden was all the way up at the 50, expecting a quick onside kick. We never know what we're going to get from Coach Lozon, but Thompson chips it. It's going to be caught at the 23, 24-yard line by Ledger Russell. He gets up the middle, out to the 35, where the Bulldogs will take over on the first possession of the game.
Good anticipation there because we saw that happen in the Londonderry Pinkerton semifinal. The kicker was pushing it short, trying to catch the receiving team flat-footed. Ledger Russell ready, picked it up right around the 15 or 20-yard line, brought it up to the 35, so the Bulldogs have a good drive start.
Just right of center, not quite to the hash, coming out from their own 35. Black brings the Bulldogs to the line of scrimmage. 3 receivers left to the near side. 1 split out to the right into the boundary. Black barks out a couple signals. Brody Helton is to his left in the backfield. Takes the snap, fakes to Helton. Pressured immediately, and he's dropped. 10-yard sack in quickly. Are the Lancers front line. They were expecting that. Looked like they were trying to set up a screen pass near side, and the D-line was just too quick.
Yeah, Devin Bowles and number 75 Ty Miles both in on that tackle for a loss. That puts Bedford back 9 yards. It's going to be second down. They're going to say second and 20. It's more like 19.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Devin Bowles was right in the passing lane there. They were trying to set up a screen near side for Luke Soden, as you saw in the replay. And Black just couldn't get him the ball. So second and 19.
And they go
empty
with 5
backfield.
wide.
Black takes the snap, looks to the right. Now back into the middle. Tries for Soden. He gets clobbered right at the 40-yard line. Incomplete. It'll be third and 19. Tough start for the Bulldogs here.
Black had lots of time to throw. His line was doing a great job protecting him. Of course, they were only blocking 4 rushers. But that throw was just a little bit ahead of Soden.
Soden got a hand on it. 2 receivers actually in the area, as Bennett Matthews wasn't too far behind Soden. Might have been a break in the pattern there. But just out of Soden's reach. Third and long for the Bulldogs on this opening drive. Empty backfield again. 3 receivers out to the right. Slot left. Helton in motion. They're going to fake to Helton. They'll look over the middle. And it's intercepted. Intercepted. Seth Doyon for the Lancers comes up with it. It's going to be spotted at the Bulldog 39-yard line. And Doyon undercut the receiver and comes off with a pick. Great job by Doyon getting underneath Soden there.
We had a question just how well this Lancer defense is going to play against a passing attack, and So far, so good. A sack, a pass breakup, and an interception. They give themselves a short field on the Bedford 39-yard line, 1st and 10. Now we'll see if the Bulldog defense can hold up this Londonderry attack.
Quick change for the Bulldogs here. They'll go with their 4 down front. 3 backers lined up in behind. Starting at quarterback is Connor Williams for the Lancers. He's got 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. We're going to get quick timeout here by Coach Lozon, as he didn't like the play call, and he'll burn one to make sure they have the right setup.
You know, BCTV's live channels and on-demand content are easier to access than ever before. All you need is the Bedford Community Television app, available for free download on Apple iOS and Android Play Store. Download the Bedford Community Television app and put it on your phone and enjoy our BCTV content anytime, live or on demand.
A little bit of an unusual start for the Bulldogs. We talked about the balance leading into the game, and that huge sack to start the game really set them off schedule in that first possession, leading to the next 2 plays as they were trying to make up for it again through the air, leading to the interception.
Yeah, that's what they call ending up behind the sticks, and Londonderry did a fantastic job of getting to the quarterback and just really blowing up the entire offensive possession for the Bulldogs. Now the defense has to step up.
So back in the pistol, Williams hands it off up the middle. No gain, maybe even a loss, is Jake Shenna. As he gets back to the line of scrimmage, they'll give him the original line of scrimmage, and it'll be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, and Alex Grudinskis set that up by cutting in low and wrapping the ankles of the ball carrier, holding him there, trying to wait for the rest of his teammates to finish him off. Right there at the 40-yard line, I think he was able to fall toward the 39. So yeah, basically no gain on that play.
Rizzo and Gumas helping up on the tackle there. So last week against Pinkerton, we saw Ty Miles, the big offensive lineman for the Lancers, working as an H-backer, up back. This time he's at his normal left tackle position. Williams up the middle here, again stopped up by that Hardy defense right in the middle on the left hash at the Bulldogs' 38-yard line, ahead for maybe a yard. It'll be 3rd and 9.
So far, so good for the Bedford defense. They haven't been fooled by anything that Londonderry's thrown at them, and they've been able to withstand the push from that offensive line.
So 3rd and long for the Lancers. Might look for a screen pass here, maybe a quick out. They like to get Devin Bowles out in the flats here as a receiver, big number 5, playing the tight end position on the right side in this lineup. Jaden Navarro goes to the left slot. He'll go in motion left to right. This is Williams rolling to his right, looking to pass downfield. Little fake, gets a defender in the air. He's ahead for close to 1st down yardage. He's got it as he's out around the 26-yard line, and they will move the sticks.
Williams was able to freeze the defense there momentarily by looking like he was going to throw right at the 40-yard line. He got the Bedford defenders like Gumas to leave his feet instead of pursuing the quarterback, and that allowed Williams to get to the 1st down marker and all the way down to the 26-yard line for 1st down.
So 1st and 10 for the Lancers. Right hash, near side. Williams back in the pistol. In motion, Navarro again, but Williams will take it up the middle. He's ahead for 5, maybe 6 yards. He'll be marked at the 20-yard line, 2nd and 4.
Good gain there by Williams, and you can see Gumas trying to rake the ball out of his hands. Bedford really has to do all they can to slow this Londonderry offense down and get another turnover to negate the one that they gave them earlier.
3 minutes into this first quarter, 0-0 score. Bulldogs throwing an interception on their first possession, and now the Lancers are driving. They've gotten a 1st down and looking to get on the board first. Williams in the gun. 3 receivers near side into the boundary. Tight end is left, flanker is left. Williams takes the snap, goes right up the middle. Bounces towards the right-hand side, but then is stopped after a 1-yard gain. It'll be 3rd and 3 on the 19-yard line.
Grudinski is teaming up with Gumas and Bennett Matthews to that tackle there at the 19-yard line. Another 3rd down here. Bedford let go a prime opportunity a few downs downs to go. Let's see if they can hold them on this one. It's going to be 3rd down and 3 on the 19.
Cam Brutus in at quarterback now for the Lancers. They're going heavy here. They'll take the snap, go off the left-hand side, looking for short yardage, and ahead for a 1st down is Brutus, as he's taken down at the 16, right at the sticks, but the officials are pointing 1st down.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. Brutus is able to fight his way through a tackle attempt inside the line.
Interesting
They had
formation
Sharon dragging him. Sorry, Bob, what was that?
Yeah, no, just an interesting formation there. 2 tights. The wings actually looked like they were in tight end positions. As you'll see here again, you have Navarro and Bowles looking like they're up on the line of scrimmage. This is Brutus again, trying to get outside to the right. He's stopped up and tackled for a loss. As he's finally pushed out of bounds, they'll mark him at the 19-yard line, a loss of 3.
Yeah, Brutus has to be a little careful there because he wasn't really protecting the ball in that carry, and Dylan Soden was trying to get his hands around it. Luckily for Brutus, he did not lose the ball, but I'd say he was really playing with fire right there.
Yeah, a little odd on this formation. It looks like they have too many men on the line of scrimmage, but perhaps those wing backs are just a touch off the line of scrimmage. They're marking up in a lining up in a down position, but enough off. And now we see Ty Miles in that H-back position off to the left, playing the up back. He's going to come back to the right. And this is Alex Vila, the 3rd quarterback of this drive. He gets maybe a yard. They'll mark him at the 18-yard line, so it'll be 3rd and 12 as the yard to gain is the 6-yard line heading in. We'll see if the Bulldogs can flex their defensive muscle yet again.
Well, they've had 2 other 3rd downs here. One long, one short. Gave up 1st downs on both of them. They get another long one here. Let's see if they can stop them.
Vila again in the gun. Empty backfield. Tries to get the defense to jump. Good discipline there. Now they look to the sideline for the play call, and Lausanne's going to take another timeout here.
They do.
He strolls onto the field here, recognizing this opening drive is really important as they're down on the 18-yard line in Bedford territory. Coach Lausanne, again, wants to make sure he has the signals and he's on the same page with quarterback Alex Vila. So he takes his 2nd timeout.
It's very interesting that Londonderry has called 2 timeouts on this drive. Apparently something that the Bulldogs are doing is giving them pause every time they come to the line of scrimmage, making them want to go back and rethink their play call.
Could be their lineup, could be stacking the box, getting a lot of the defensive players in that line of scrimmage area, up near the line of scrimmage with their defensive line, their linebackers, perhaps even bringing strong safeties up near the line of scrimmage to help prevent that run. 3rd and 12. Big play here early on for the Lancers as well as for the Bulldog defense. 6:04 remains in the 1st quarter. 0-0 is your score. The Bulldogs throwing an interception on their opening drive, and now the Lancers trying to capitalize on that turnover. We see our 4th quarterback of the game, Sam Ogden, checks in. He has an empty backfield for the Lancers. In motion is Shenna, right to left. He's getting out to the left-hand side. He's got some space, and he's going to be in for a touchdown. Jake Shenna, touchdown. 18 yards as he runs the jet sweep out around the left-hand side. Breaks contain and takes it to the house.
I want to give props to Mason Paulette, who was able to seal off a block on Dominic Tagliaferro that sprung him on the edge and got him that lane to the end zone. So a great play call, and Bedford finds themselves trailing here 6-0 with a kick coming.
Just over halfway into this 1st quarter, the Lancers strike first. Blake Thompson with the extra point try. Nope, they're going to fake it. Picking it up, dashing to that far corner, and in for a 2-point conversion, Sam Ogden. The 2-point conversion is good on a fake PAT. Very well designed. And Ogden sprints into that pylon, and the Lancers go up 8-0.
Yeah, it was a race, a foot race with Ogden and the Bedford defender to get to that pylon. Felt like it took forever, but he won the race and he got the 2 points. It's now 8-0. Londonderry up. They're being very aggressive here. They feel like they've got nothing to lose, so they're pulling out all the stops.
So the Lancers are able to capitalize on a short field, again taking over on the Bedford 39-yard line. They march down and score a touchdown, 18-yard touchdown run by Jake Shenna. And the 2-point attempt is good. Sam Ogden fakes the PAT and sprints to that opposite side pylon. The Lancers are up 8-0.
Well, the Bulldogs have found themselves trailing once in their opener, once against Dover. And they find themselves trailing here, as they did trailing last year in the finals. So I think this team will not lose its cool, even though they're down.
Helton and Tagliaferro are deep to receive. Blake Thompson approaches, swings that left boot through, and Tagliaferro takes it at the 16-yard line. He gets up into the middle, has a little space, tries to get out to the right, but he's wrapped up and taken down just outside the 30-yard line, where the Bulldogs will come back and try it with their second offensive possession of the game from their own 32.
And Tagliaferro thought he had a lane and was able to maintain his balance there for a minute. I thought he was going to break free of the tackle from number 4, Jaden Navarro, but couldn't quite get away. Now they start at the 32-yard line.
Navarro did a great job wrapping him up at the waist and taking him down. Now Black, 3 receivers to his left, 1 receiver out to the right, Helton to his right in the backfield. He takes the snap, hands it to Helton. He's up into the line of scrimmage, bounces off a tackler off the left-hand side, retreats a little bit, and he'll end up losing about 2 yards. Pretty solid run just to get back to where he did.
Yeah, Helton bounced off the tackler originally and wound up getting driven back, and usually Helton's able to turn those into longer gains as he tries to create a new lane, but he was surrounded by 3 and then 6 Lancers who just swarmed him and brought him down for a loss.
Linebacker Jake Perron comes up and makes the initial contact at the line of scrimmage. Soden in motion now. This time they'll fake it to him. Black will keep it off the right-hand side. He's up for positive yardage out beyond the 35. He'll be tackled and marked down at the 36-yard line. 3rd and medium for the Bulldogs offense.
And that is the first positive play the Bulldogs have had on offense. Sad to say, but they still find themselves in a 3rd and long, 3rd and 6 right now with 4:51 remaining here in the first quarter.
Talented offense, many weapons. We'll see what Coach Matthews does here. He sends slot right, split left. Sheridan, wing back to the left-hand side. Black takes a snap, fakes to Helton up the middle, looks down the right-hand side. Out there, Soden, and it's picked off again. Picked off again by Doyon. Making a fantastic play on the ball, reaching up, grabbing it out of the air. And Black has thrown his second interception here as Soden was boxed out there by 27 Seth Doyon. And coming up with another huge play is the senior cornerback.
Yeah, the fact that the Lancers haven't seen many passing teams hasn't really affected this game at all. Doyon, in fact, is showing some top-flight cornerback skills. He had perfect position on Luke Soden. Just perfect. Soden really had no chance to make a play on that ball. He couldn't jump up, he couldn't high-point it, couldn't do anything because of Doyon's positioning.
Doyon boxed him out quite well. Had great body position, great control there, and got up and stabbed it with both hands. The Lancers back to the line of scrimmage. They'll run it off the left-hand side. No gain. That was Sam Ogden on the carry. So 2nd and 10. They'll give him 1 yard, so it'll be 2nd and 9. And the Bulldogs defense is back out there in another quick change roll. Tough position to put your defense in. Ogden hands it off this time. Shenna up the middle. Picks his way ahead for 3 yards or so. Out to the 41. We'll mark him at the 42. It'll be 3rd and 5 for the Lancer offense.
Once again, a 3rd down. Bedford's able to push the Lancers to the brink on each offensive drive, but unable to close the deal. They've given up 3 third downs so far.
3rd down and 5, Lancers from their 42.
3rd and 5, 3:30 and ticking in this first quarter. The Lancers lead 8-0. Ogden again takes a snap. He'll roll to his right-hand side. Looks downfield. He gets pressured now, and he's going to take a sack. Sheridan got him. Spencer Hendershot was in his mug. And Sheridan finishes him off for a big loss. 8-yard loss, and the Lancers are forced to punt.
Bulldogs finally able to close the deal on 3rd down. A huge sack right there. Hendershot and Sheridan teaming up, and it's going to force a punt here by the Lancers.
Back to punt here is Devin Bowles for the Lancers. Deep to receive is Dominic Taliaferro. Some motion on the punt team. And now further motion as Caden Malik. A little bit of a sideways punt taken up by Taliaferro just outside of his 30. He gets ahead for 10 or 12 yards, and he'll return it to the 42-yard line where the Bulldogs offense will take over. So an important 3 and out for the Bedford defense there as they again hold strong, forcing that punt, and now they get another chance at their own 42.
Excellent concentration there too by Tagliaferro. He was trying to pick that ball up on the roll. It's never easy to do, especially when you're being pursued by tacklers. He was able to pick it up at 30 and pick up 12 yards rushing to give the Bulldogs their best drive start at the 42.
Huge play by the Bulldogs defense there. Sheridan and the sack. 2:28 to go in the first quarter. The Bulldogs will run it up the middle. Helton tries to get out to the right side. Now he's going to pivot and go back to the left. There's a flag down on the play. Likely a holding on the Bulldogs offense.
Oh, that's unfortunate too. You know, Danny Black got involved there trying to lead block for Helton. He gave him some excellent yardage there, leading the way. Unfortunately, the flag being thrown. Not sure who the flag was on.
One of the offensive linemen getting a bit too much, so they'll march him backwards. Heading into games like these, you try to have no negative plays, and we're seeing the impact of those. Interceptions,
holding,
penalties,
offense, 10 yards from the previous spot, replay 1st down.
Turnovers, etc., as we hear the holding call from the official on the field. So it's 1st and 20 on the Bulldogs' own 32-yard line. They come out with 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. It's slot left, tight right. Flanker is Rizzo out to the right-hand side. Helton is in the backfield behind Black, who's ready for the snap now. Calls out the signals. Looks off to the right-hand side. Now he's going to take it up the middle. He's got room ahead for 10 yards at least. And out to the 42-yard line. 15-yard gain by the Bulldogs. And they got all of that penalty back and some. Now it's going to be 2nd and 5. Good play there by Coach Matthews, taking advantage of the aggressive defensive play. Black takes a big, heavy hit on the way back.
Oh yeah, Tom Miles landed on him fully.
And that's exactly how Michoud was knocked out of the game last week for Pinkerton, one of their star offensive running backs. He was out early in the first half on the same type of tackle. Black now takes the snap. He'll hand it to Helton, goes off to the left-hand side, and he's ahead for 1st down yardage and into Lancer territory. And the Bulldogs have a little something brewing here.
Yeah, the Bulldogs and Helton in particular hasn't been able to find anything between the tackles in this game, so now they're starting to spread things out a little bit, cutting to the outside and having some success. Bulldogs with their first down of the game. 1:14 to go here in the first quarter. Lancers lead 8-0. Bulldogs in Lancer territory at the 46-yard line.
Slot right, tight left. A back on either side of Danny Black. He takes the snap, hands it to Rizzo, who's going to go off the right tackle, ahead for 10 yards, and he's got a 1st down.
the Lancers are acting like they recovered a fumble. Officials quickly say nope, he was on the ground, so they're going to keep it right there. And a first down run, is it? Or are they going to mark him a little short? No, they're going to give him the first down.
That ball did pop out, but it looked like it was scraped loose after Rizzo was on the ground. So it is a first down for the Bulldogs on the Lancers' 36-yard line. Just about right in the middle of the field. And now they'll come out with slot left, tight right. A back on either side of Black, Helton and Rizzo. Black takes the snap. They give it to Helton off the right side. He's got some room. He's into the defensive backfield. Ahead for another first down. Down to the 23-yard line, and the Bulldogs' offense is starting to click.
Now Brody Helton's starting to feel it. You give him a little bit of room. They're not going between the tackles now. He's going to the outside and letting him generate some speed and making those Lancer defenders chase him. They're still very good, but he's able to dance around him for some yardage. They get another first down right there. Clock
That'll
running
do it
down.
For the first quarter of play here at Exeter. The Bulldogs trail 8-0. A couple of interceptions by the Bulldogs offense, but they're looking to respond here on their third possession of the game. We'll take a quick pause here in action. Harry, thoughts from that first quarter?
Well, I think the Bulldogs are going to try to put those mistakes behind them, and they're starting to find some rhythm here on the offense. I mean, they're only down one score, and they're driving here. They're still 23 yards from pay dirt, so nothing's a given. But they got to come away with some points here, be it a field goal or a touchdown. They can't afford to go for it and out on a play. They have to try to punch it in. So good to have a kicker like Dylan Soden at the ready to punch it in. And from the 23-yard line, that would be about a 40-yard kick.
And as we talked about at the start of the broadcast, 40-yarder, I would give him a shot. I mean, of course, we're looking for the Bulldogs to get some positive yardage and hopefully get in for 6 instead of settling for a field goal. They've gotten some momentum here in this possession for the first time all day. Those 3 down linemen for the Lancers have caused some problems up front. Of course, Devin Bowles walking up, playing like a stand-up end as a linebacker position.
Bulldogs have to keep going forward.
Rizzo in motion, right to left. Black hands it to Helton. He goes to the right-hand side, gets outside. He's chased by Navarro. He'll be pushed out of bounds as his helmet comes off when he gets out of bounds. Kind of an odd play there. Not sure if his chin strap was loose or if Navarro had a handful of face mask. Either way, it looked like his head came falling off. Don't worry, everybody. It was just his helmet.
Matthews arguing that something should have been called. Coach Matthews, I should say, speaking to the sideline official, and they're not hearing it. But it is a positive gain there. 5-yard gain for Helton at 2nd and 5 on the 18.
So 2nd and 5. Black comes back to the huddle. He'll call out his plays as the Bulldogs march to the line of scrimmage here. Early in the second quarter, the Bulldogs trail 8-0. But they're driving and trying to get on the board themselves. Slot left, tight right, a back on either side of Black. He'll hand it to Rizzo. He goes to the left-hand side, cuts it up. He's got room for a first down, and he's inside the 10-yard line. 1st and goal for the Bulldogs on the 9.
Rizzo showing some good vision there. It looked like he was going to take it to the outside, then immediately cut in when he saw a lane. Thanks to a block by a Bulldog, didn't get the number, but that block sprung him open. He was able to get first down yardage, and now they're all the way to the
9-yard line.
9-yard line.
11:30 and ticking on the clock in this first half. Slot left, tight right. Coach Lozon runs on the field and takes his 3rd timeout of this first half. He didn't like this setup. Whatever the play call was, he takes his last timeout of this first half. The Bulldogs will regroup on the near sideline. The Lancers will regroup on the far sideline.
It's very interesting that he ran on the sideline like that. I didn't know the coaches were allowed to step on the field even if to call timeout.
I think they have a little bit of leeway here in the championship game, especially if his call is not being recognized. None of the officials on the field saw him calling for that timeout, so I think he was emphatic about making sure play was interrupted there.
Well, he burns all his timeouts in the first, just about the first quarter, a little bit of the second. You can get away with that in the first half. I'm not sure if he can pull that off in the second half. He may want to keep those timeouts in his pocket.
And you can't argue with that. Again, like you said in the first half, you can have liberal use of those timeouts, especially in such important situations as a 1st and goal as the Bedford Bulldogs have here. 11:25 to go in the first half. The Bulldogs offense back to the line of scrimmage. Slot left, tight is right. Flanker is Rizzo out to the right-hand side. Helton to the right of Black in the backfield. Tyler Farrell's going to run a jet sweep, cuts it up inside, but he's tackled after only a 1 yard, maybe not even a gain, as they'll mark him at the 9-yard line. It looked like he might have gotten a yard, but
Colin Couture wrapped him up as he was trying to run by him, so great stop there by the Lancer lineman, number 70.
One of the big boys up front, along with Ty Miles and Paul Binder.
No gain. It'll bring up a 2nd and goal from the 9.
So 2nd and goal from the 9. Bulldogs come out, slot left, tight right. Rizzo again, the flanker to the right. Helton to the left of Black in the backfield. Tyler Farrell goes in motion. They fake it to him. They run the slant for Soden. Incomplete right at the goal line. He's looking for a flag, but will get none. It'll be 3rd and goal from the 9.
Doyon is all over Luke Soden.
Great job by Soden to get the inside position.
You know, he grabbed his arm.
He did, and the timing was tough, but the officials keep the hanky in their pocket.
Yeah, like it's the timing. It was just a split second before the ball arrived. He was able to get his arm in on Soden and pull it down, unable to make the catch. So good play there. You know, a good cornerback does that.
And now the Bulldogs have a 3rd and goal from the 9. Slot right, tight left. Rizzo, flanker left. Helton is in the backfield. And Black will run it right up the middle. He's got a seam, and he's got a touchdown. Touchdown, Bedford Bulldogs. Danny Black on a 9-yard run. And Bedford Nation is encouraged by this offensive drive. And given the Lancers had gone for 2, the Bulldogs look like they'll go for 2.
Bulldogs getting back to the ground game, seeing as Doyon has been a little impenetrable. Trying to neutralize, they're neutralizing Soden out there. Every time they go to him, they got Doyon all over him. I would imagine they are going to try to find some alternate receivers here.
I have to say, Seth Doyon was impressive in last week's semifinal game. He was all over the place against Pinkerton as well, mostly in the ground game, as Pinkerton had the running game going, but Doyon was coming up, making a lot of tackles from his cornerback position, and now today he has 2 interceptions, showing why he's an all-around defensive back. Bulldogs put the ball on the right hash. 2 tight set.
A lot of real estate to that left.
They'll have Bennett Matthews run in an end around. He gets stopped up short. The Bulldogs will fail on their 2-point attempt, but they do come back and score a touchdown. It'll remain 8-6, 10:35 to go in the first half. The Lancers ahead by a 2-point conversion.
You know, there was just a little bit of hesitation there by Matthews. If he had cut to the left, he could have gotten in, but he cut inside. He wasn't sure there for a split second. Decided to take it inside, and that was the wrong decision.
See if we can get that replay again. Matthews was in the right wing position. They had a 2 tight set.
Here, watch this replay, okay.
They fake it out to Helton. He comes around.
If he had cut right there to the left, he would have had to beat Doyon to the goal line, which he probably would have done.
A good collision right there at the goal line. Doyon coming up there. But Matthews decides to cut it back up inside, and that gets stuffed. Tough in that position to make those reads, make those cuts. He made a decision. It didn't work out, so the Bulldogs still trail by 2, but do a great job on that last offensive possession. coming all the way down from their own 42-yard line and scoring.
The important thing is they figured out how to move the ball against Londonderry. They had 2 foiled possessions. They got it to go on the 3rd. They're in a good position even though they're down 2 points. I think they're still fairly confident that they can put it together. The defense has been playing well. They stopped Londonderry on the last drive. Let's see if they can do that again.
Yeah, they can't move away from that run game. They've had a lot of success all season.
There's the
short
push.
kick by Soden. It's covered by the Lancers as Matt Carroll comes up from the up back position and jumps on it at their own 29-yard line, where the Lancers will take over again.
That was a bounce away from being a Bedford ball. If it could have bounced more instead of up, going backward a little bit, I think a Bulldog could have caught that. Could have gotten to that before the Londonderry player did. So good time to pull out that pooch kick, and it was obvious that Londonderry wasn't quite sure what to do with it there. They left a pretty big open space.
Yeah, Soden had some success last week again against Portsmouth Oyster River. He actually missed the ball. He was trying for one of those little pooches, and it ended up being what effectively was an onside kick, and the Bulldogs recovered. So we'll see Connor Williams here for the Lancers. In motion is Shenna. They fake it to him. Williams takes it up the middle, and he's stuffed.
Nothing.
Maybe a yard. They do give him out to the 31-yard line, so a 2-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Great stop there by the Bedford front. And I got to think that Londonderry's got to be thinking a little bit here. They just gave up a touchdown. They are on notice that Bedford can respond, and now the pressure's on them to get something here.
See if that pack of dogs on the defensive side can force another 3 and out for the Lancers. Williams takes the snap. He's going to look to the right-hand side. It's a screen pass in the middle, and that's sniffed out quickly by Henrishon. He's right there as the receiver was catching the ball, and he's slow to get up. That is Shenna. Henrishon was right there. Johnny on the spot. Actually, Spencer on the spot. He's got the tackle for loss. They'll mark him at the 30-yard line, so 3rd and 9 for this Lancers offense.
You know, those Bulldog rushers got into the quarterback too easily for it to have just been a regular pass play. You knew something was up like a screen, and Henrishon read it perfectly and snuffed it out. So once again, Londonderry facing 3rd down. They've done that on every set of downs they've had today.
3 receivers out to the right. Williams sends in motion, fakes the pitch. It's back up in the middle, a little trickery, but the misdirection play again is foiled by the Bulldogs defense. Caden Malik on the carry for maybe 3. It's 4th and we'll call it 7 for the Lancers offense on their own 32, and they send in the punt team.
Fantastic defense there by the Bulldogs. Jack Rizzo, nobody on him, just waiting. You know, he doesn't care what kind of trickery you're going to do. He's just, come at me with the ball, I'll take care of you, and he did.
So another 3 and out for the Bulldog defense. Great job as they've adjusted to this Lancer offense. Devin Bowles kicks it away with that left foot.
Beautiful kick.
Nice high spiraling kick, very close to Braga on the punt return team.
Unfortunately,
he
took
does avoid it.
Bedford bounce.
Does take a Bedford bounce as it came back towards Lancer territory, and it's down at the 43-yard line where the Bulldogs will have their 4th offensive possession.
Braga had to be a little careful there, make sure the ball didn't bounce into him.
So we've seen some ups and downs from both teams. The Lancers came out on a short field, taking over on Bedford's 39-yard line in that first possession. After the first of 2 interceptions by Seth Doyon, they were able to get an 18-yard touchdown run by Jake Shenna. And then they've punted their last 2 possessions. The Bulldogs 2 interceptions and then a touchdown. So we've seen a little bit of a seesaw battle here in the first half. 8:11 to go in the first half. Black back on the field. He takes the snap, gives it to Helton, tries the right side of the line, ahead for, we'll call it 2 yards, 2nd and 8 for the Bulldog offense on their own 45.
Rizzo had the job of blocking Jake Perrin right there, and he was able to get Perrin tied up and gave Helton a chance to at least get to the line of scrimmage where he was able to pick up a couple of yards. Good blocking there by Jack Rizzo.
Defensive front coming in mass. And now the Bulldogs with their 2nd and 8. Slot left, tight right. Rizzo in motion, right to left. They fake it him, and they'll go in the flat to Helton. He's met quickly, sheds the tackler though, and he's out of bounds at the 50-yard line. 4 or 5 yard gain. Some excitement on the near sideline as Navarro had the tackle. Coach Matthews is a little fired up. I think they thought there was a late hit there. He steps out of bounds.
Yeah.
Geez, I'm not sure there was much there. There was a little odd barking on that near sideline, but it looked fine to me. 3rd and 3 now for the Bulldogs offense.
Perrin he was just trying to finish the tackle. He didn't know if he was inbounds or out of bounds. I'll give him that one, but
much ado about nothing, as Helton did step out at the 50, but you can't blame the defender for not knowing he was already out of bounds. 3 receivers out to the left-hand side, tight right. Corriveau in the backfield with Black. We're going to get a timeout by Coach Matthews. He will talk things over and bring the offense to the sideline. 7:24 to go in the first half here. The Londonderry Lancers lead the Bulldogs 8-6.
correct me if I'm wrong, but that pass play was the first successful completed pass the Bulldogs have had today. I think everything's either been intercepted or incomplete.
Yeah, 2 of the negative things that can happen when you put the ball in the air.
So making it work through the air has been hard, but Coach Matthews sticking with it, and they got some yards there, and I really thought he got the first down. I didn't realize he stepped out of bounds. That was unfortunate because it was a well-called play, although you got to hand it to Helton. He was able to shake off the tackle of number 15, Jake Perrin, early. He came in early, had him wrapped up, and was able to just kind of shake him off like a bad flea.
Initial tackler made contact with Helton right at the line of scrimmage, but as you said, Helton kept his feet, shed the tackler, and got ahead for positive yardage. 3rd and 3 now for the Bulldogs, right at midfield, right hash. They come to the line of scrimmage, slot left. Sheridan is tight right. Rizzo, the flanker, to the right-hand side. Now Helton is back in the backfield with Black to attempt this 3rd down play. Rizzo will go off flat left tackle on the end around. He gets ahead and into Lancer territory. Enough for a 1st down and more as he's down at the 37-yard line. 1st down Bulldogs.
Great play call and great job here by Rizzo, turning the corner with some speed. Going to the outside. I'm trying to catch who made that block. Somebody just wiped out a Londonderry. Oh, it was Helton. Helton just wiped out one of the Londonderry defenders and really sprung him open.
It's a nice wrinkle here by Coach Matthews. Usually that jet sweep is going out to the edge. They're really trying to get to the far outside. Now they're trying to cut it up and go off tackle. So a very slight wrinkle by the Bulldogs offense, and it's getting them positive yardage.
Well, I think we're going to start seeing some more of the Bulldogs getting involved in the offense, not just Soden and Helton.
In motion left to right is Tagliaferro. They fake to him. Black over the middle. Soden can't make the catch. It's a touch too high.
Oh, that would have been 6.
And Black is beating his head as he thought he had Soden for 6. Ran the post pattern off that left-hand side. Soden got a hand on it, but it was just too high. And it'll be 2nd and 10 on the incompletion.
Yeah, Soden, he won the battle against Doyon on that play. All he had to do was catch the ball, and if White had gotten within his zip code, he probably would have gone in for 6.
Yeah, that's Black again at quarterback, but yes, just a touch high for Soden. Slot left, tight right is Kevin Sheridan. Rizzo out to the flanker right side. He'll go in motion right to left. They fake it to him. Helton will go off tackle right. He stumbles and gets ahead for about 1.5 yards.
Yeah, he stumbled and his knee came down right after gaining 1 yard.
So it'll be 3rd and 9. They mark him at the 36-yard line. Almost in the middle of the field there. Tough one there is Helton lost the step there as he took the handoff. As you said, his knee was clearly down shortly after he got that handoff. Slot left, tight right. Rizzo the flanker to the right. Danny Black will take the snap and roll to his left-hand side. Sets his feet, looks over the middle. Wow, and there it is.
Where's the flag?
There you go. Sheridan was the intended receiver. Navarro will get the pass interference call. And that was a pretty easy one for the Stripes on the far sideline.
Yeah, Sheridan, first passing attempt at Sheridan today. And he was wearing a Londonderry defender like a cheap suit.
Navarro was on Sheridan's back, and pretty easy call. I don't think there's too much objection from Coach Lozon as he's out there speaking to the officials. It was at the 18-yard line, and we'll hear it from the official now.
Pass interference. Defense. 15 yards from the previous spot. The result of the penalty is a first down.
March the Bulldogs ahead 15. It'll be on the 21-yard line now. And 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs heading in Lancer territory. 6:02 to go in the first half. The Bulldogs trail 8-6, but they are knocking on the door of the red zone. Black has Helton behind him. He'll take the snap.
Oh, what balance.
Push it off.
Wow.
Helton puts his hand down, and the balance that you're talking about, he's able to keep his feet by putting his hand down, gets his feet back under him, and gets ahead for another 5 yards. It is close to first down yardage. I think the head referee signaled first down, but he's now going to adjust and say second down as it's marked at the 12-yard line.
Jake Perrin was the guy who tried to bring him down, and he just wound up being just a fulcrum for helping the balance off him.
Watch this replay here, Harry. Right here, takes the hit at the line of scrimmage. Feet go up, but his hand goes down, not his elbow. He's still up and running and drags a defender ahead for 9 yards. What strength by the sophomore. 2nd and 1 on the 12-yard line. A back on either side of Danny Black. He'll hand it to Rizzo. He goes up the middle, now out to the left. He's got some room and he's in. It's a touchdown for the Bulldogs. 12-yard touchdown run by Jack Rizzo. Bulldogs have gotten back to their bread and butter on the ground. And Rizzo caps off a phenomenal drive. The Bulldogs go up 12-8 with 5:18 to go in the first half. Soden lines up for the extra point. Snap is back. It's down. It looks good. It is good. The Bulldogs now are ahead 13-8. So what an answer by this Bulldogs offense. They had trouble in their first 2 offensive possessions. They've gone back to the ground game, and they've gotten 2 touchdowns. A 9-yard run by Danny Black, and now a 12-yard touchdown run by Jack Rizzo. And they're ahead on the scoreboard for the first time all game.
Yeah, momentum has definitely shifted here. Londonderry looked like they were completely in control with those 2 interceptions on the first 2 Bedford drives, but since then, not only has Bedford responded on the ground, but they were able to stop Londonderry on their last few third down plays. You know, up until that point, they were converting every third down. Then the last few, they were figuring it out and putting them behind the sticks and then shutting them down on third down, getting the ball back and driving each possession, the last 2 possessions, into the end zone. Bedford's in control now. A lot of game yet to play, but Bedford looks like they figured things out.
Soden back to kick it off again. 4 deep in a diamond formation for the Lancers. Soden's approach. He'll squib it off to the left-hand side, taken by one of the upbacks there, and return to the 38, maybe 39-yard line.
One of the field judges is saying 39-yard line. You know, they were kind of betting on the ball being hard to handle. It was a nice clean pickup right there by, trying to get the number 25. That is Damon Dawson with the return there for Londonderry. Gives the Lancers great field position. 39-yard line is one of the best starts they've had, although, yes, I forgot the interception gave them a doozy as well. I guess off a kickoff, this is pretty good, huh?
Not too shabby. Their best field position, of course, was on that opening drive interception by Danny Black as they were on this very yard mark on the same side of the field, the 39. Little toss sweep here to Shenna. He tries to get the left edge and does not get it. Great pursuit by the dog pound, and they'll tackle him at the 40-yard line after a gain of 1, 2nd and 9.
Yeah, that defensive front for Bedford stopped Shenna's tracks there momentarily. In fact, froze Bedford just long enough for him to get to the 40-yard line. So it is a positive play, 1 yard. But now 2nd and 9 here with 4:45 to go in the first half.
Peter Suazo came up from his cornerback position and forced the play back inside. Good job by number 19, the junior. Ogden in at quarterback. Shenna behind him in the pistol. Heavy lineup, too tight set for the Lancers. Takes the snap, hands it up the middle. Shenna has a little bit of yardage. As he sees some daylight, he'll get ahead for about a 6-yard gain.
They're going to mark him down at the 46-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 3 coming up.
So 3rd and 3 for the Lancers. 4:04 and counting in this first half. Bulldogs lead 13-8. Lancers have the ball, and they're seeing what they can do before this halftime. Ogden takes the snap, goes up the middle. Not enough. Not enough. He gets only a yard. It'll be 4th and 2 on their own 47. And Coach Lozon looks like he'll keep the offense on the field here.
That's a gutsy play to go for it here on 4th and 2 in their own territory on the 47-yard line.
Near midfield, I'm not surprised at the aggressive play call, especially with the 3 yards in a cloud of turf pellet kind of offense here.
Well, we'll see if will they run a play or will they just try to draw Bedford off sides? We'll find out.
Looks like they're going heavy with their lineup. An extra lineman runs onto the field.
And there's number 75 out there, Ty Mills, as a lead blocker.
This is Alex Vila.
He fumbles
the snap. Rizzo scoops. He returns it about 5 yards, but that's a huge play for the Bulldog defense.
Now we get a flag here, probably exuberance.
Maybe some excessive celebration, but that's after the play. And now another flag, perhaps some unsportsmanlike. That might be offsetting. We'll see what happens. Taliaferro still taunting the Lancers after that turnover. The official will sort things out.
After the play, dead ball, personal foul on Bedford, dead ball, personal foul on Londonderry. Those penalties offset, first down.
So,
good call there, Corey. You got that right.
Again, much ado about nothing, but the Bulldogs have something. They have the ball in Londonderry territory on the 36-yard line after that huge fumbled snap there. Vila was the lone setback, the quarterback, ready to take it up on that 4th and 2. Couldn't handle the snap.
It kind of looked like he was trying to run before he had the ball. He was already moving forward, I think, thinking about the play. Didn't secure the ball.
But Rizzo had 6 points on his mind, did a great job of scooping. I think it was Doyon that came back and tackled Rizzo before he could get too far. But 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs on the 36. Helton will take the handoff from Black. Gets ahead for half a yard. Just maybe back to the line of scrimmage. I think they give him just a half a yard, so it'll be 2nd and long. And the Bulldogs back to the line of scrimmage as there's under 3 minutes and counting in this first half. Coach
and they are in
Matthews
the hurry up.
Calls in the signals from the side. They communicate the play to Taliaferro, who's the split end on the left side. Far side, Black takes the snap. Fakes the handoff to Helton. Deep down the right-hand side, he's got Matthews, and he overthrows him. It looked like Matthews might have stepped out of bounds, too, during his route. But it's incomplete. 3rd and 9 for the Bulldogs after that quick change.
Yeah, that pass, whatever the result with Matthews, that was just too long.
I don't know.
Black
I like the
had
call,
plenty of
though.
time to throw, yeah.
going deep. It looked like it was Cam Brutus in coverage back there at his left cornerback position. They were trying a little out and up.
Well, I was
You saw the
expecting
pump fake from Danny Black. They were trying to get Brutus to bite, and
I was expecting that Bedford was going to get some of their other receivers involved, considering that they've got their lockdown Doyon on Soden all game.
Soden's had a couple of openings there, just haven't been able to get it to him. So now the Bulldogs go empty backfield. Helton in motion. They'll give it to him off the left-hand side. He gets to the left edge, cuts it up. He's got some space ahead for about 5 yards. So it'll be 4th and about 3 for the Bulldogs offense.
And I would expect them to go for it here on 4th down.
Yeah, a bit too far for a field goal try on the 29-yard line. That would make it, what do you got, a 46-yard line, or 46-yard field goal?
47, 48, I'd say, from here.
So that, again, Soden might have the leg, but I think Coach Matthews is more confident in his offense here. They come out, slot right, tight left, a back on either side of Black in the backfield. They hand it off. Rizzo goes to the right-hand side. Ooh, he's hit, and he's going to be short. He got down to the 28-yard line. He needed to get to the 26, and it's going to be a turnover on downs for the Bulldog offense.
Yeah, Rizzo looked like he tried to take it inside because Helton gave him the block that should have opened up that inside. It's a shame he didn't think about taking it outside. He might have gotten the first.
So the Lancer defense does well to come back and support their offense, getting the Bulldogs to turn it over on downs. 13-8 is your score, 1:33 to go in the first half here. The Lancers go empty backfield with Ogden in at quarterback. Bulldogs will likely play safe here. Ogden will fake the pass, pull it down, take it up the middle, and he gets tackled quickly by Jake Ben.
He'll get 3 yards rushing it, 121 and counting. No more timeouts for the Lancers in this half. Bedford needs to stop them from scoring, prevent a double dip, because the Lancers will get the ball to start the second half.
Design quarterback draw ahead for only 3 yards. So 2nd and 7. Ogden barks out the signals, looks back to the sidelines. Coach Lozon adjusts the call. And now he'll take the snap, pitch it out to the right flat. Here's Doyon. He's got the catch. It's ahead for first down. He's got some space as he weaves through, and he's out close to midfield at the 48-yard line.
Good catch and run there by Doyon. Kind of a shame Bedford wasn't able to tackle him inbounds, keep that clock running. Instead, Doyon gets out. 48.5 to go in the half.
48 seconds to go. The ball is on the 48-yard line. And the Lancers trying to get points on the board before halftime. Ogden comes back to the huddle. Navarro trots to the sideline for the Lancers. So a completion there for the run-heavy Lancers. Bulldogs look like they're in a cover 2 type defensive backfield. Ogden takes the snap. He looks to throw it again, looks to his left, delivers over the middle. And, it's picked off. It's picked off. Tyler Farrell, and he's still going. He's in Lancer territory. He's got room down the near sideline. He steps out at about the 22-yard line, but a huge turnover there for the Bulldog defense.
Fantastic play by Tagliaferro, who's been an interception magnet all season. Was able to pull it away from the receiver and bring it back about 40 yards.
That was a strange play there. We'll have to look at that replay again. Maybe not right now, but it looked like it got tipped by Bennett Matthews as he came over from that safety position and just ended up in Tag's hands, and he had a great run back. Puts the Bulldogs on the Londonderry 22-yard line, and they have a chance to put points on the board. 34.3 seconds to go here in the first half. Black sends Tagliaferro in motion. They fake it to him. Now they'll deliver it to the right side. Soden's got it. Touchdown. He beats Doyon inside this time. And Luke Soden puts points on the board. Huge turn of events for the Bulldogs.
finally broke through with Luke Soden. They didn't let the cornerback Doyon deter him all game, even though they had some problems. Doyon with 2 interceptions early in the first quarter. They just kept chipping away. Luke Soden finding that inside leverage and getting a touchdown pass here. A quick strike off a turnover. Bedford adds to their lead.
So because of the score the way it is at 19-8, the Bulldogs will go for a 2-point conversion here, trying to go up 13. 3 receivers out to the left-hand side. Tight right is Sheridan. Helton in the backfield to the right of Black. He takes the snap. He gives it to Rizzo out to the right-hand side, and he's in. 2-point conversion is good for Jack Rizzo. And the Bulldogs lead 21-8 with 29.7 seconds left here in the first half.
Finally, that replay shows that the ball went off the hands of number 10, Caden Malik. Couldn't pull it in. Tagliaferro right there, pick up that ball floating in space, bringing it back to the 22-yard line. And of course, Danny Black connects with Luke Soden for the quick strike touchdown. Bedford's up by 19 points.
And now we see the replay of that quick strike. I love the play call. You get the defense on their heels with the quick turn of events, and Soden gets that inside position on the post pattern. Great pitch, great catch, and the Bulldogs go up 21-8, close to halftime. Wow, what a last minute or so of game time.
Make that a 13-point lead. Math is not my strong suit.
And now Soden takes his steps back. He's ready to kick the ball off from the 40-yard line.
Let's go.
Lancers will look to get a good return and again try to put points on the board.
Another pooch.
Little pooch.
Oh, he fumbled that for a minute.
That ball looked like it got bobbled by number 23, the up back, Adrian Cruz. Looked like he tried to signal for a fair catch.
And he's calling for a penalty right there. But you know, the fact that he fumbled the ball, I think, negates the fair catch, because the ball becomes fair game.
Well, he did still have it in his possession. It never actually touched the ground or anything like that. So the officials are talking it over right now.
I don't know.
They may throw a flag here.
The contact
and they
was
do.
made.
They throw the flag.
Well, all right. I don't know.
Interference with the. It's a dead ball, right? So they call for a fair catch, and you have to give the receiver the ability to catch this ball without hitting him.
Not if he fumbles the ball. Not if the ball is bouncing around.
The ball was being bobbled. It never hit the ground. So again, the Bulldogs have to give him the possibility to make that catch.
Dead ball. Personal foul. Kicking team. 15 yards from the spot of the catch. First down.
So now if that gets out of his realm of possession and touches the ground, certainly you can hit him at that point. But he just bobbled it there, so I agree with the officials here.
If the receiver isn't controlling the ball, I don't believe that the fair catch should count. He wasn't controlling the ball.
Shenna takes the snap, or excuse me, takes the handoff, tries to get out to the right-hand side. The defense steps up. They stop him after only a yard, and it looks like this game clock will run out. Maybe the Lancers will get one more off. 13 and ticking. Ogden tries to get his troops organized. Shenna gets back behind him.
And the Bulldogs are way back expecting the Hail Mary.
They take the snap. He rolls to his right. Out of bounds on the right-hand side, but I believe clock has expired in the first half here. See what they do. Yep, clock has expired. So that's the first half of play. The Bulldogs come away with a 21-8 lead after 2. The teams will talk it over, and we'll rejoin you after performances by both the Bedford band and the Londonderry High School band. Please enjoy this halftime entertainment. We'll enjoy the same break and rejoin you for second half action here from Exeter High School.
Detail, horns up. 1, 2, 1, 2.
sponsor, Marching Band and Color Guard. Fantastic. While we're waiting for Bedford Bulldog band to set up, I just want to remind you about a couple of things here. Low fat chocolate milk contains 8 grams of natural high-quality protein in each 8-ounce glass.
And we just heard the Londonderry band perform. Terrific job as always. And now the Bedford band will be on the field for their performance. About 10 minutes away, maybe 13 with the warm-ups, 13 minutes away from the start of the second half. Bedford leads at the half 21-8. And stay tuned for the Bedford Marching Band performance coming up right now here on Bedford 105.1 Radio.
Thank you for your consideration. At the conclusion of the contest, to get things going, and wrap up the football season. Performing at halftime.
Field at Bilbao Stadium as we're ready to kick off the second half in this NHIAA Championship contest, a rematch of last year, and this time it's the Bulldogs in front at the half, 21-8. Things didn't start very well for the Bulldogs, but they turned out better in the second quarter.
Bulldogs had an interception on their first offensive possession, setting up the Lancers on a short field. They were on the Bedford 39-yard line. They were able to march in those 39 yards and go up with their first possession 8-0 after a fake PAT, and Sam Ogden was able to sprint for the pylon as the Lancers went up 8-0. From there, the Bulldogs defense locked down. They forced 2 3-and-outs. They got a fumble recovery and an interception right at the end of the halftime, and the Bulldogs bounced back. 2 interceptions in their first 2 possessions, but again, 3 touchdowns from there. 1 turnover on downs as they had a possession deep in Lancer territory, but Bulldogs on top here as we start the third quarter.
And they will give the ball to the Lancers to start things off. They did win the coin flip, decided to go on offense first. It went badly, and now they've got to give the ball to the Lancers here as they trail by 13 points.
12 minutes back on the board. Dylan Soden ready to kick things off here in the second half. Again, I'm Corey Munster-Tiger with Harry Kozlowski for BC TV and Bedford 105.1. Kick taken at the 15-yard line by the Lancers out to the left-hand side, and the Bulldogs cover team does a great job as Caden Malik was on the return. He gets out to the 24-yard line where the Lancers offense will come to the field.
You can tell the Bulldogs are fired up, but I kind of hope they maintain their emotions just a little bit. I never want to give an official an excuse to throw a flag, and when you kind of flex over a player you just tackled, you never know how much the official's going to let you get away with.
Yeah, a little leeway there. Are you excited for yourself, or are you taunting the other player? And the officials are right there. They're trying to keep good sportsmanship on the field. Hopefully there's a little more leeway in a championship-type game. The Lancers offense is back with Connor Williams. He fakes to Navarro off the right-hand side, tries the right side near the tackle, but he is stopped, maybe for a yard gain. We'll call it 0-yard gain. Second down and long. We'll call it 9.5 for the Lancer offense.
These quarterback runs are the bread and butter of the Lancer offense, and Bulldogs have been doing a fantastic job just shutting them off completely.
It's almost like an adopted option version here with the jet sweep or the quarterback pulling it down to run. Williams again in the backfield, empty backfield. He sends Navarro in motion left to right. He'll go to the right-hand side, look to pass, but no, he tucks it under, and he's hit hard by Grudinskis at the 29-yard line. 4-yard gain, it'll be 3rd and 5 for the Lancers. Good stick there by Grudinskis, so see him come up from his linebacker position. Gets a good pop on Williams.
Bulldogs have been able to force a 3rd down in just about every series that the Lancers have played in. Here they are with a 3rd and 5. Pivotal conversion here. Bedford can get the ball back. They can retake momentum in this game.
Lancers look to avoid a 3-and-out here. Williams sends Navarro in motion. He's going to pass to the right-hand side. He gets pressured, tucks it under, and he gets tackled for a loss. Not sure if they'll call it a sack or a TFL. Either way, the Lancers face a 4th and 5, and they'll send the punt team in on this first possession.
Bedford has stopped the last 3 or 4 3rd down plays by the Lancers. Henrishon and Sheridan were right there with the tackle. Tagliaferro is back waiting for the punt at his 37-yard line.
Devin Bowles back 14 yards. He takes the snap. Lefty boot is away. Tagliaferro has the catch at the 39-yard line. He's going to try the right-hand side. Can't get to the edge, and he's tackled at the 45-yard line, where the Bulldogs will take over.
Yeah, Tagliaferro didn't have any room. He had Cam Brutus closing in on him like a missile. There was no way he could avoid a hit right there, so he just hung on and got the Bulldogs. Decent field position right there. Good drive start at the 45-yard line, their own 45. 1st and 10 with 9:44 to go in the 3rd.
So a 3 and out for the Lancers. The Bulldogs take over. We'll see what adjustments are made on this side of the ball. The Bulldogs are at the line of scrimmage, slot left. Sheridan is tight right. Black has a runner on either side of him in the backfield. He's in the pistol, 6 yards deep. He takes the snap, hands it to Helton, but I think we have a false start on that far sideline. One of the wide receivers was moving a bit early, either Matthews or Soden. So it'll be a 5-yard penalty on the Bulldogs. They'll march him back. It'll be 1st and 15.
False start.
Ben Matthews raised his hand as if to say it's on me.
Remains first down.
Might be able to see that on the replay. Probably a flinch. I'm guessing Matthews thought there might be a motion call as they got set there. Yeah,
Yep, there it
was
is.
Matthews. Same formation. Slot left, tight right. Black takes the snap. He hands to Helton. Looks to the left-hand side. He's got some room. He bounces out to the left. He's got 5. Now almost 10 yards. The ball popped out late. Right into Soden's hands. I'm not sure if they will call it a fumble or not, but that was an awkward end to that play. Probably a fumble caused by the ground, which is not a fumble at all. And it was, yeah, he was down, but Soden was right there to scoop it up to prevent any controversy. It'll be 2nd and 5 right at midfield.
2nd and 5.
Great run there to erase the penalty and gain 5 yards.
3 receivers out to the right, including tight end Sheridan. They take the snap and hand to Helton right up the middle. That's a good pop right up the middle. He's met hard there by big number 76, Paul Bender. 2-yard gain. It'll be 3rd and 3 in Lancer territory at the 48-yard line.
It's interesting that the Bulldogs are really going right at the beef of the Londonderry defense, going right up the middle. Once again, they were having trouble with that early on, but after they got some success running the ball to the outside, they're going back to the middle.
Yeah, I think they've gone back to their run game. I think they shied away from it early, and then now they're realizing these 3 big boys are very good, but there's still room to be had up in the middle. A back on either side of Black, and we're going to get a timeout. Coach Matthews sensing that this is an important down, 3rd and 3, first offensive possession in the 3rd quarter, and he takes a timeout. Mixed signals going into the huddle. Perhaps he saw something on the defensive side. And they'll talk things over. 8:45 to go in the 3rd quarter. 21-8 is your score. The Bulldogs lead the Lancers.
You know, it's easy to listen to Bedford 105.1 online. Just go to our website, wbnh.bedfordnh.org. For the stream link, we also stream on phone apps like TuneIn, MyTuner, Simple Radio, and Radio Garden. And if you have an Alexa device, just say, Alexa, play Bedford 105.1.
Plenty to listen to this afternoon. We are live on 105.1. This will go out on replay for BCTV.
In a couple days, just check out the BCTV website. You'll find that link there on demand.
3rd and 3. The Bulldogs come back out after their timeout. They'll go 2 tight set. Flankers on either side. Helton alone in the backfield behind Black as the lone running back. They try to get the defense to jump. Now they go. Helton chooses his hole, gets out to the left side, and he's got a 1st down. Tackled at the 42-yard line in Lancer territory.
And a beautiful cut to the outside by Helton. He got up to the line of scrimmage, stepped to the right, to the left, and kept going for the marker. And is able to pick up about 8 yards on the play. Another 1st down, set of downs here for the Bedford Bulldogs.
They're really giving Helton his choice there. He runs off to the left-hand side, saw the opening out to the left, and finished the play. 5-yard gain puts the Bulldogs at the 41, 42. We get an official's timeout. Not quite sure what the stoppage was here.
The near official had his flag out, waved it, didn't throw it though.
I think he thought there might be a false start, as Rizzo was right in front of him. Looked like he flinched there, but we'll get an explanation maybe from the officials, or maybe we won't.
If you look carefully, the ball is spotted exactly at the 42-yard marker, but the chains are about a half-yard further, so Bedford will have to go 10.5 yards for a first down unless they correct that spotting.
For those with good eyes out there, I think Big Ty Miles was injured on that last play, so they might have been giving him time to get to the sideline. One of their defensive linemen on the Lancers front. Motion man is right to left. Rizzo, he's going to cut it up off the left-hand side. We get a flag, so we might have a holding penalty on the Bulldogs. Came down near the line of scrimmage from the side judge on the left side. Looked like it might be the left tight end or left tackle with the hold. That's exactly what it is. They'll march the Bulldogs back 10 yards.
Bedford making things harder on themselves. First a 5-yard false start, now a holding play.
2 penalties just adding up more yards for the offense to overcome.
Holding. Offense. 10 yards from the previous spot. Replay first down.
The ball will be spouted back in Bedford territory at the 48.5-yard line. So about, it'll be 1st and 20 for the Bulldogs. Taliaferro goes in motion left to right. He's going to run that jet off tackle play. An adjustment in language there. It's not a jet sweep. They're not trying to get to the outside. They try to cut it up and in. But Taliaferro is caught after a gain of 1.
Yeah, Tagliaferro took it inside, trying to run inside a block, but Londonderry able to shake that off and close things up pretty quickly. He wound up getting a yard. 2nd and 19.
That might be one of those adjustments for the Lancer defense that we expect here in the second half. Bulldogs having some success. Instead of running the jet sweep, they were doing a jet off tackle. And now the Lancers have stopped that up a couple of times. 3 receivers to the right here. Tight end is left. In motion is Rizzo, right to left. Black will look to pass. It's a screen. Sheridan up the middle. He gets tackled pretty quickly there. On the spot is 24, Ty Parsons, as he came up from his linebacker position to make the tackle.
Sheridan was all alone and could have made some serious yardage there if it wasn't for Parsons making the shoestring tackle. So good play there by the Lancer defender. You know, really, he had a lot of real estate if he could have shook that tackle off.
Good read there by Parsons as Sheridan came across the middle. They were looking for that tight end screen to get some of that yardage back. It's 3rd and long now for the Bulldogs, 3rd and 18 as they need to get to the 32. The Lancers show press coverage. They're going to come hot. They pitch it out to Helton on the left-hand side. He's looking for positive yardage. Gets ahead for 7, but he's still well short of the first down. 4th and 12 as he's tackled at the 43-yard line.
Really no choice here but to punt the ball away, try to pin Londonderry in deep.
This is not the punt unit. This is likely that quick kick situation that we've seen a few different times. It is on the 44-yard line, not the 43. If we see Black take a half a step or a step back, we'll know it's a quick kick. And he does. And that's exactly what he does. He punts it out to the right-hand side. Now it bounces into the end zone. Almost had the coverage there as Luke Soden was down, trying to down it inside the 5-yard line, and it trickles into the end zone. So it'll come out to the 20-yard line.
Net field position change of 23 yards.
Good effort there by Soden, as you saw in the replay. Nearly got it before the ball bounced into the end zone, but just couldn't quite tap it out. 5:12 to go in the 3rd quarter. 21-8 is your score. The Bulldogs lead here in this Division I state championship game. Sam Ogden in at quarterback for the Lancers. 3 receivers out to his left. 2 out to the right with his empty backfield. Shenna goes in motion. They fake it to him. Looking to pass over the middle. He's going to have to pull it down. Spencer Henrishon's going to come up with a sack. Great job by the front four getting pressure and then getting the sack as Henrishon forces the Lancers back to their own 11-yard line.
Ogden had a lot of time to throw, so much time that Henrishon had the time to shake off his block and come all the way around the blocking scheme to tackle Ogden.
Call that a coverage sack, as the receivers were well covered downfield by the defensive backfield for the Bulldogs. Ogden again will sweep it out to Shenna to the right-hand side, looks to get the edge. Gets ahead for 3 or 4 yards. He's tackled at the 15, maybe the 16. It'll be 3rd and long for this Lancers offense.
Yeah, 3rd and 15 coming up here for the Lancers. Great coverage there on that sweep by Shenna.
Mark it at the 15-yard line, so it is that 3rd and 15. Tough down and distance for this Lancers offense that is heavily reliant on the run. Inside 4 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. 3 receivers out to the left. Tight end is right. Ogden makes sure Shenna is on the right page. Takes the snap, looks to the left-hand side. He's got time. Now scrambles to the left. Get it out to the left flat where it's caught and then dropped quickly. Jake Shenna with the catch, but he is pummeled by Dylan Soden right away.
Now Shenna was the emergency receiver, basically the last resort for Ogden to throw to. Everybody else was covered. He was just standing there on the line of scrimmage. He made the catch for basically no gain.
They'll give him a yard as they mark it at the 16-yard line. Dylan Soden, great read. And you're right, that was Ogden's 3rd or 4th option. And now Bowles will kick it away for the Lancers. Taliaferro stands at his own 48-yard line. Decent kick by Bowles, caught at the Lancer 48. Taliaferro sheds one tackle, and he's got some room down that left sideline. Moore, he cuts it back inside. He's down to the 5-yard line, where the Bulldogs will have 1st and goal on the 4.
Tagliaferro starts it out with a great stiff arm on number 10, Caden Malik, then found a lane down the sideline, running past Lancer tacklers, and then at the end, getting away from number 5, Devin Bowles, finally brought down at the 5-yard line, and a touchdown-saving tackle right there, but it's 1st and goal now for the Bulldogs.
What a play by the senior return man, Taliaferro. Dom Tags sets up his offense, ready to go up even more on the scoreboard. 2:45 to go in this 3rd quarter. 1st and goal from the 4 for the Bulldogs. Too tight set for the Bulldogs. Helton in the backfield behind Black. Motion is Rizzo right to left. They fake it to him. Helton up the middle. Close to the goal line. They'll mark him at the 1. So 3-yard gain. 2nd and goal from the 1. And the clock ticks.
Yeah, this is an example of playing the field position game. Even though you got in trouble, you had a couple of penalties on the last possession. You wind up punting the ball. You don't panic. You just make the stop and then make a play when you get the ball back.
That field position battle is certainly easier to play when you have athletes on both sides of the ball. Somebody like Danny Black with the ability to make that quick kick. 2nd and goal from the 1. Helton to the left of Black. They'll fake it there. Black tries to keep it himself. And he's tackled for a loss, a 5-yard loss, as he's tackled at the 6, maybe the 7-yard line.
Yeah, great play by Alex Vila.
They blew that play up quickly. They called for Black to take the option off to the left-hand side, faked it to Helton up the middle, and the Lancers with good discipline on that right edge of the defense.
Yeah, it was Vila and Doyon who sniffed the play out. Doyon was the one who brought Black down, and that play blew up right from the beginning.
3rd and goal from the 7 for the Bulldogs offense.
Changes things considerably here, although they're in pretty decent range for Dylan Soden's leg if they decide to go for 3 later.
Heavy set, 2 tights, wing is right. They give it to Helton. He goes to the right-hand side, tries to get the edge. He's got it. Hit at the goal line. He reaches forward. They call him down. Wow.
I don't know about that.
Wow.
I don't know. see that
looked like
replay.
he reached his right arm over with the ball across the goal line, but the official called him down. His knee is.
No,
that's
he
a
was
bad
in.
call.
He was in. The knee never even touched the ground.
And now
Never
it's
touched the
4th
ground.
and goal from the actually the half-yard line. The Bulldogs said, hey, let's get this. Let's go up even more. Let's press your luck button.
Let's see this replay once again. The submarine tackle,
he's
and the
in.
ball was over the goal line before his knee touched the ground.
We'll see if the Bulldogs make it irrelevant here. Black, heavy set, Helton behind him, in motion, Bennett Matthews. They run Helton up the middle. He spins, and they call him down?
Yes.
They call him down. 2 plays at the goal line for the Lancers. They come up big on defense. Another somewhat questionable call. I'm not sure Helton was all the way down. But the Lancers defense comes up huge. 13.9 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter. They have the ball on their own 1-inch line. And they have some tough putting to get out of this predicament. Honestly, that 3rd and goal play, it looked like Helton was in. His elbow was not down. His knee was not down. The near side official called him down on the half-yard line. And then he wasn't able to get in on 4th down either.
I'm a little surprised he didn't go under center for that play.
Honestly, they haven't gone under center at all. So now here's Ogden. He rolls to his right, tries to get out of his own end zone, gets back to the line of scrimmage and ahead for 4 yards. He's out to the 5-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 6. Scrambled a long way in his own end zone, and that will run out the 3rd quarter. 21-8 is your score. The Bulldogs lead over the Lancers here with the 4th quarter upcoming.
If you're enjoying these high school sports and would like to get involved, ever consider becoming an official? You can do that. They need officials in all sports. Go to the NHIAA website, NHIAA.org, and find out how you can become involved as a high school sports official. Be it football, basketball, hockey, field hockey, just about anything. They need officials, so get involved today.
So we will march 90 yards all the way down to our left-hand side to start the 4th quarter. It'll be 2nd and 6, maybe 5, as that ball is just about as close to that goal line as possible.
Well, Bedford's got a fairly comfortable lead. I say fairly. 13 points.
Oh yeah.
But boy, you tell you, when you have points that close, you can taste them. You really don't like to see them get away from you.
2 scores there. Yeah, you got to rely on your defense. It is only your starting defense has only let up 2 touchdowns all year. And they have the Lancers backed up deep in their own territory. If they can flex their muscles here, force a 3 and out. Ogden is in at quarterback. Shenna goes in motion, but Ogden will keep it up the middle. He gets no gain there. Stopped right at the line of scrimmage, maybe even a loss of 1. It'll be 3rd and 5 for the Lancers.
They really haven't had any success running that play. I think they might have gotten a fairly reasonable gain early, maybe in the 1st quarter, but since then they just have not gotten anything on that quarterback sneak, which, like I said, is the bread and butter of this Londonderry offense. They've been running on that all year.
Yeah, that QB option is definitely high probability as you're a defensive player. Keep your eyes on Ogden again. He's got empty backfield. 3 receivers to the right, 2 out to the left. In motion is Shenna. Now he's going back the other way. Ogden looks to pass over the middle. Tipped. Bulls comes down with it. No, he doesn't. It's picked off.
Wow.
They stayed with it.
Wow.
Although, I don't think they're going to give him the pick because Bowles was down when that ball popped out. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if he had total control.
But here's the question. Was it considered a completed pass?
I don't know. They're talking it over. That looked like a pick to me. Bowles looked like it had it, but as he hit the ground, it popped out. Let's see that replay again. Great concentration by Bowles to come down with it. It gets tipped at the line of scrimmage. He comes down with it. It falls out. And Rizzo is there to grab possession, but they call Bowles down at the 16-yard line.
You have to ask yourself, what is completing the pass? You have to complete the pass to the ground, and he did not complete the pass to the ground. The ball went right to a Bedford defender. This is frustrating.
Tough one there. He got possession. It was in his hands as he fell. Tough one there. And the officials have no benefit of replay like we do. So into the field now is Cam Brutus. He'll run it up the middle. He's ahead for 2 or 3 yards, tackled at the 20-yard line.
That was the first third down conversion since probably the first quarter for the Lancers.
And honestly, great defense, as that defensive line got a tip on that ball. And Bowles, just an amazing athletic play to catch it. We call it a catch because the officials called it a catch.
Yeah, but if the ball hit the ground, would it have been a catch?
Who knows?
If the ball bounced out of his hands and landed on the ground, it would have been an incompletion. They wouldn't have given him the catch.
I'm not sure they would have. They gave him possession, so therefore they gave him the first down. 2nd and 6 here. They give it off. Here's Doyon going to the left-hand side. He tried a nice little spin move, little stutter step. He's got a first down.
And a flag comes out. I think they're going to call face mask on Bedford.
That's a hold on the offense as Kevin Sheridan is signaling to the near sideline. I didn't see the official or the play at the time, but Sheridan seems quite sure that it's a hold on the offense.
I think we're going to have offsetting here. There's going to be a hold and a face mask.
Okay, so they'll replay 2nd down. Let's see if we can see the face mask late in this replay. Yeah, there. Oh, yeah. Looked like Tags might have got the hand on the face briefly.
There were 2 fouls on the play. Holding, offense. At the end of the run, face mask, defense, those penalties offset, replay 2nd down.
You heard the explanation from the head referee. Thank you for being so detailed. So we'll play things again. We'll call a do-over, 2nd and 6. 9:55 to go here in the game. The Lancers trail the Bulldogs 21-8. Cam Brutus in at quarterback for the Lancers. He's got an empty backfield. Motion man is Shenna, left to right. They do not give it to him. Brutus keeps it up the middle. He's out past the 25, close to first down yardage, near the 26. And they signal first down and they move the chains.
First down. Ball at the 26-yard line. First and 10. Lancers from their 26.
Straight run up the middle right there, gaining just enough yards for first down. Clock is ticking.
It sure is. No scores yet here in the 2nd half. Brutus has a motion man, Doyon. They fake to him. He looks to pass to the left-hand side, puts it in the air. He overthrows it. Intended receiver was Navarro. It's incomplete. 2nd and 10.
Lancers forced to go to the air more this game probably than they have all season. 2 scores to make up and only 9 minutes left. The incompletion does stop the clock though at 9:08.
2nd down and 10. 2nd and 10. Lancers from their 26.
What a series of events to start this 2nd half. And that 3rd quarter, a lot of action. No points on the board. We are in the 4th with 9:08 to go. Cam Brutus at the helm for the Lancers. They fake the handoff. Brutus keeps it up the middle. We'll give him 2 yards out to the 28-yard line, maybe 3 yards. And now it'll be 3rd and 8.
Wall of Bulldogs there to swallow him up.
Defensive line holding strong again. Now an obvious passing situation. We'll see if they do go to the air. Brutus goes to the sideline. Ogden will helm at quarterback for this 3rd and 8 play.
Bulldogs need to get more pressure on Brutus on these passing plays.
They fake it up the middle. Brutus over the middle. It's complete, and it's a first down out to the 40-yard line. Pass complete to Mason Howett. And the Lancers move the sticks. 1st and 10 on their own 40. There to make the tackle is Bennett Matthews. And Ogden stays in at quarterback. He has 2 receivers to the left. Tight is right. Wing back to the left and to the right. Motion is Doyon. He gets blown up, but Ogden keeps it himself. He scrambles out to the right side. He's got some room and now is dragged out of bounds after a first down. It's marked at the Bedford 49-yard line. And the Lancers move the chains again.
Peter Swaza with the tackle there. Clock is stopped, 7:48 to play.
Mark it at the 48-yard line. 1st and 10 Lancers.
Bulldogs defense needs to hold it together here. I know there's probably some frustration with some of those plays that didn't go their way. And Lancers are chipping away with these dink and dunk plays.
Cam Brutus back in at quarterback. In motion is Paquette. They fake to him. Brutus keeps it up the middle. He's got some room out to the 42-yard line, 41. And he's got a 7-yard gain.
Something has changed up front where the Lancers are starting to find some success with these quarterback runs.
Get some good blocks. The quarterbacks are making some good reads, and they're dancing around and finding this yardage. 2nd and 3 for the Lancers. Ogden back in at quarterback. In motion is Navarro. Ogden takes the snap, fakes the pitch out, and caught quickly. Eli Goomis tackles for loss. They lose a yard. It'll be 3rd and 4. Great job by Goomis to chase it down from the backside as he comes off his left DN position and chases Ogden down from behind.
Big opportunity here for the Bulldogs, although it is 2-down territory here.
3rd and 4. 6:40 to go in the game and counting. Too tight set. Ogden alone in the backfield. Shenna is in motion. He'll stop behind Ogden. Ogden looks to pass after a fake. Ogden's got a lot of time. Kumas gets back up. They throw it incomplete out to the near sideline as Kumas got back up and put more pressure on Ogden.
Yeah, I think Londonderry got away with a hold right there.
Yeah, they sure did.
They just hauled Goomis to the ground. The officials really, I don't know what they were watching. That should have been a flag.
4th and 4 though. Officials are humans too, Harry. Got to remember that. 6:20 in this 4th quarter. 21-8 is your lead as the Lancers are fighting valiantly to put points on the board. It is 4th and 4 and a huge play. The stands are on their feet. Cam Brutus in at quarterback. Shenna behind him. They fake it. Brutus pulls it down. Chased from the backside. Rizzo with the tackle, and it's a turnover on downs.
Bedford defense steps up huge. Forcing a turnover on downs here. Late in this contest, 6:15 to go. Now Bedford can, at the very least, burn some clock off. Make it harder for the Lancers to come back from this 13-point deficit.
And that's a huge play by Jack Rizzo. You'll see it here. He comes off the left edge, chases Brutus down from behind. Similar play to what Goomis did the play before. And that little stutter step by Brutus gave Rizzo time to get there and make the tackle.
And what made Brutus make that stutter step was Sheridan clogging up the middle. He forced him to make that play.
The Dog Pound working together as a team. Now the Bulldogs, they hand it to Helton. He goes off the left-hand side. He's got some space out to the 50-yard line, an 8-yard run. And the clock will tick. He's right at midfield. It'll be 2nd and 2.
Bulldogs need a touchdown, make it a 3-possession game.
Inside 6 minutes, I can imagine Coach Matthews will stay on the ground and make that clock tick. Black and Helton discuss things. Back in the backfield, too tight set. They'll wait a little bit, burn some time off the clock. Matthews is the wing back to the left. Soden is the flanker out to the right. They hand it to Helton. He goes off tackle right. He's got some room. A little stutter step and a cut back to his left. He's got first down yardage. He's tackled inside Lancer territory at the 42-yard line.
Helton's vision and balance shining through here late in this contest. Able to stay on his feet, running through tackles, and picking up another big chunk play, 9 yards for a first down to the 42-yard line of Londonderry. Clock continues to tick, 5:10, 5:9, 5:8.
And the Bulldogs can go back to their offensive mindset in the first half of the season. Keep the ball on the ground. Let's pound it up the middle. Let's play bully ball. We got an outstanding tailback back here. He's to the left of Black, who's in the pistol. He'll run things down. Too tight set. They take the snap and give it to Helton again. He's tackled by Miles in the backfield for a loss of 3 back at the 45-yard line. Lausanne might be interested in burning a couple of these timeouts here as we're at 4.5 and counting.
Nothing yet.
2nd and 13. Good tackle there again by Ty Miles, the big D lineman. Wrapped up Helton, and he got a tackle for loss.
Bedford taking their time, coming up on 4 minutes left here.
Still a decent amount of action to go here. 4 minutes on the clock. Coach Matthews takes a timeout, as I believe the play clock was running down, and he did not want to take a penalty there on 2nd and 13, so he'll burn his first timeout of the second half. Excuse me, maybe that's his second. I think they did have a timeout earlier in the half before that 4th and goal call.
Yes, they did. Well, this game will wrap up our fall sports season here on BCTV and Bedford 105.1. But winter season is about to begin Wednesday, December 13th. We're going to bring you boys ice hockey against the Hanover Bears at 7 p.m. from St. Anselm's Sullivan Arena. We'll have a call for you on BCTV and Bedford 105.1. Also, full slate of boys and girls basketball coming up. Lots going on in the wintertime. We're going to probably do a couple of Christmas tournament games. Schedule yet to be determined, but you'll be able to find that on the NHCCM website. You'll find sports schedule not just for BCTV, but for all the community sports channels or community access channels throughout New Hampshire.
The Bulldogs are back to the line of scrimmage, still in their heavy set. 2 tights, wing to the left, flanker out to the right, Helton to the right of Black in the backfield. In motion is Tagliaferro, fake to him, Helton goes off left tackle. He's got some room and he's out. He's at the 30, he's at the 25, the 20, nobody's gonna catch him. It's a touchdown! Brody Helton breaks a 45-yard touchdown run to put the Bulldogs ahead, 27-8 for now. And that's the big play capability that we've seen all year. And they finally get one here in this championship game. Brody Helton with another highlight for the reel. Started to see some of the Londonderry fans heading for the exits, and we'll likely see a few more after that jaunt. Dylan Soden looks to put the Bulldogs ahead 20 with 3:51 to go in the game. Kick is up, it looks good. It is good. And the Bulldogs are ahead 28-8 with 3:51 to go.
You know, that was the same end zone, the same goalpost that Soden put the winning kick through. Not as much drama this year as last, but still just as satisfying. Bulldogs just 3:51 away from claiming their 4th Division I title, their 2nd in a row, their 2nd perfect season.
What a run, what a back, what a season. Brody Helton. Highlight reel after highlight reel. He's got quite a highlight tape for this 2023 season.
And he's got 2 more years of eligibility, so we're not seeing the last of Brody Helton.
And that part, to me, is what is most bananas about this player. 3:51 to go in the game. Soden tees it up at the 40-yard line.
You know, Helton was one of the candidates for the UKIPA Player of the Year award. Of course, that went to a player at Sauhegan. I'm sure a very deserving player as well. But
Running
maybe
back
that,
J.J. Bright.
yeah, but maybe that that slight is motivating Helton here to prove his point for next year, maybe.
Soden kicks it deep. Matt Carroll takes it around his own 10-yard line, gets out to close to the 30. We'll give him forward progress at the 30, where the Lancer offense has a big hill to climb. 3:44 to go in the game. They are down 3 scores.
All the Bulldogs have to do is just keep a lid on things.
Might see a nickel cut type defensive backfield here for the Bulldogs. They might go with 3 down linemen. It looks like that is the play. Extra D-back comes in.
None of the
Soden looks like
Bulldogs have
he'll...
left. Sorry about that. Go ahead.
No problem. Soden looks like he'll play a free safety position deep. Bennett Matthews back there. I believe Ogden is in at quarterback. It is Ogden. He fakes the handoff. He'll roll to his right. Passes back to the left. It's incomplete. Looking for Shenna. It bounces off his hands and chest, so it'll be 2nd and 10. Tough one there. I think he heard footsteps.
Oh, yeah.
The defender was coming in quickly.
I think that was Tagliaferro just closing in on him. Either was thinking about his, what they say, making business decisions.
So those 5 D-backs are Suazo, Matthews, Soden, Tagliaferro, like you normally see, but we also have Landon Elsmore in there playing the near side corner to make up that nickel defensive look. Norma linebacking crew is in for the Bulldogs. They're going to run a screen to the left-hand side. Navarro has it, but again, he's caught quickly. Do they call it a reception?
They do.
They do. It's complete and it's fumbled. The Bulldogs come up with it, and we have another turnover.
I want to get a good look here on the replay, just see how long that receiver had the ball. Not that it matters. The play on the call on the field is what counts.
So here's the replay. They're looking for Navarro, I believe, out to the left-hand side on the wide receiver screen.
So
He makes the catch, got 2 feet down. Rizzo gets a hand in there. Jeez, I don't know if that's complete, but they call it complete. Tagliaferro is there.
It looked like a football move. He had both hands on the ball, pulled it to his midsection, turned to face the tackler, and lost the ball.
Tough one there. Forced fumble by Rizzo, and the Bulldogs are back on the offensive side. They get it on the Londonderry 30-yard line. A little double handoff here. Matthews has it on the reverse. I think we're going to get a holding penalty.
Matthews on the carry.
Somewhat odd call here. And I'm talking about the play call, not the holding call. You got 3.5 left. Run it off tackle, boys. Let's run the clock.
You know, the quick official's call of a reception has taken it away from the Bulldogs, as it did on that, what we thought was an interception, but then gave the Bulldogs the ball there on that quick fumble.
I agree. Two plays, somewhat controversial, but they do even out.
As long as they're consistent.
Consistently inconsistent?
I'm just saying, just call it the same way each time.
Fair enough.
10 yards from the previous spot. Replay first down.
You hear the holding call there on the Bulldogs, so they'll have 1st and 20 on the 40-yard line heading in Lancer territory. 3 minutes, 23 seconds to go here in the championship game. The Bulldogs ahead by 20. 28-20 is your score. Black has the heavy set. 2 tight ends, 2 flankers, and Helton behind him in the backfield. They run the clock. Black will stand there and run it down. He starts his process of the signals. No more timeouts will be called by the Lancers. They take the snap, hand it to Helton. He goes off the right-hand side. He's ahead for about 8 yards. Tackled by Miles there, and now we do get a timeout. I believe that is Lausanne on the timeout for Lancers.
First of 3.
Ball spotted at the 33. We'll bring up a second down and 13. Second and 13. Bulldogs from the Londonderry 33.
So let's talk about this Bedford defense. With the starters in the game, they have given up only 18 points all year.
Phenomenal statistics right there. Only 8 points here suffered so far, and that was on the opening drive for the Lancers.
Set up by a turnover.
Yeah, again, set up on a short field. They only let up 39 yards, but unfortunately that was all the Lancers needed to march to a touchdown. 28-8 here in the fourth quarter. They give it up the middle. Here's Gradinskis getting a carry. Wow, we have
all coming in.
3 flags flying.
Must have been a face mask.
Wow, all at the same time. Wow, that was like a storm of yellow hankies coming down at the 30-yard line. Whiteout conditions because of flags.
Yellow out.
We'll see what happens on the call. Official comes to the side and they'll talk things over.
They all came in pretty late.
And it was a face mask, as you called it.
Yeah, I was going to say the timing of the throw right in the middle of a run like that, it wouldn't be a hold. Probably would be a penalty on the defense.
And that's what it is. They'll march it off. They'll add it to the end of the run.
Personal foul, face mask, defense. Half the distance from the end of the run. The result of the penalty is a first down.
So with that phenomenal field position, despite the holding call on the Bulldogs, they are now set up at 1st and 10 from the 12-yard line.
The assessment brings the ball to
2 minutes and 10 on the clock and ticking down as the Bulldogs are almost assured of a back-to-back state championship now, and they are in victory formation, and this will just about do it. We're under 2 minutes. Black takes the snap. He kneels down at the 18-yard line. The fans in the stands are starting to realize it. Some come to their feet. The applause will start. Some hugs from the Bulldogs as they're going to cap off an undefeated season here. And as you're right, Harry, this defense has been spectacular. The offense will end on the field, but we honestly have to credit the defense for what they've done all year. They have, I think we'd have to look back at what it is, but I think the defense is either outscored or nearly outscored their opponents throughout this season as Black takes another kneel down. He's back at the 24-yard line. We're under a minute to go.
Coach Lausanne not calling any timeouts. No point at this point.
28-8 is your score, a 20-point lead. The only 8 points coming in that first possession for the Lancers, an 18-yard touchdown run by Jake Shenna. The Bulldogs finally got on track in the second quarter. They had touchdowns by Danny Black, a 9-yard run, a 12-yard run by Jack Rizzo, and a 22-yard strike to Luke Soden. That was their 3 scores in the first half. And then to cap things off and put things out of reach here in the fourth quarter, Brody Helton broke one from 45 yards out to put it out of reach. That'll do it here this afternoon. The Bulldogs will come away with a victory and a second state championship. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That'll do it. And there's your ball game. The Bulldogs are champions for the second year in a row.
Another perfect season, the second one in Bulldog football history. And I don't think we've ever seen a defensive performance like this in the NHIAA history.
Amazing play. That front seven has been spectacular. The athletes behind them have come to task when they've forced other teams to go to the air. Several interceptions, tons of turnovers. That front seven has been outstanding. Kevin Sheridan, Spencer Henrishon, Jake Ben, and Eli Kumas along the front line. Tucked in behind them, linebackers Alex Kredinskis, Jack Rizzo, and Dylan Soden. Phenomenal defense all year. The D-backs, Peter Suazo, Bennett Matthews, Luke Soden, and Dom Tagliaferro round out that defense. We'll give props to them. Their offense has done the job. They've put up points. They've done well all year, but this has been a defensive championship, holding a potent offense like the Londonderry Lancers to just 8 points today.
Well, we hope everybody enjoyed what they saw all year long. It's been an honor and a thrill for us at BCTV and WBNH to bring you these contests. Corey Munster-Tiger, fantastic work as always.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. It's always a pleasure to be on the call with you, Harry. Appreciate everybody tuning in on the internet, on the TV.
Andrew Fenn on camera today. Dale Bird on replays. Bill Jennings producing. Want to thank the crew from Blue Hawk Media. Eric Chellis was here helping us out since we are in his house. Taking good care of it, making sure we don't steal the towels.
Hey, check his pockets before he gets out the door over there.
And let's wrap things up here. Another championship for the Bulldogs. In fact, not just in football, but it's been an amazingly successful year all around with the titles that the school has brought in.
Of course, the boys soccer team winning the championship, the girls volleyball team, I believe girls cross country, all with state championships here in the fall. And now the football team goes back to back, runs the table throughout this entire season, undefeated, and they take another plaque. Great job for the Bulldogs.
Well, we're going to sign off on the radio side. Don't forget that we videoed this game. We'll be showing it to you on BCTV in a couple days. You'll also be able to watch the game on demand on our channels and on our app. The final score, Bedford 28, Londonderry 8. Champs once again. You've been watching and listening to Bulldogs football all year long on BCTV and Bedford 105.1. So long, everybody.
And now, with Zach Matthews, head coach and captains of the Bedford Bulldogs, first come forward on accepting championship pack and balls. Congratulations to both teams for a great season, but congratulations to the 2023 NHIAA Division I football champions, the Bedford Bulldogs. One great contest. Thanks to both teams for making it a great Division I championship game. And we want to thank you. The NHIAA would like to thank you for supporting your local teams today. And please drive home safely and enjoy the rest of the Thanksgiving weekend. Our final score, one more time. Bedford Bulldogs 28, Londonderry Lancers 8. Congratulations again, Bulldogs.
I'm Corey Munster-Tiger here for BCTV. We're here after the second straight state championship for Coach Zach Matthews. Coach, a couple of tough plays early on in this game. How'd you guys recover?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's been our MO all year. This group of kids is just resilient, and they didn't bat an eye. Obviously, terrible first offensive series, terrible first defensive series. You know, and I think you come out like that, and a lesser team would question kind of some of the things we've talked about and some of the things that are important. But this group of kids all year long, this group of seniors, we've been there before. They just kind of keep doing what they're doing. They keep battling, and we were able to find our rhythm and obviously take control there in the first half. Second half was a little back and forth, and I think that, you know, in the end, the senior class is just what an unbelievable achievement for them. You know, back-to-back titles. Last year, nobody expected it. This year, even there was a lot of doubters. Like, you know, looking at all the predictions today, I don't know if I saw one where they predicted that we were going to win. I take that personally. These kids take it personally because all they've done is step up to every single challenge this year. So incredibly proud of the hard work this group of seniors has put in, and really rewarding experience, obviously, to see it through.
It must be incredibly satisfying to come out after some of those naysayers didn't pick you to win this championship. So yeah. I could see the smile on your face. Talk about that senior class. Some of those guys, especially on the defensive side of the ball, you guys only let up, 36 points all year. Phenomenal effort by the defense. Help me understand that.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about 36 points, but really our starting defense only gave up 2 touchdowns this season. One today and one against Dover. And then there was one other field goal. All the rest of the scores were, to be honest, when our backups were in the game. And so the level of defense we played the past 2 years obviously is unbelievable. I think this year, obviously, our offense took a step forward and was much better. But yeah, I mean, what more can you say about this group of kids? I think last year there was a lot more publicity about the defense because of the shutouts. There were less shutouts this year, but the level of defensive play was much higher.
Outstanding. We also talked about the way that Dylan Soden has come along in the kicking game. Yeah. Great evolution for that senior. A little bit more on offense, defense, special teams. Any last thoughts here for your second straight state championship?
No, I mean, I guess my last thought is every team is different. Right, and this group was certainly different than the group last year, but we're going to cherish every opportunity we have to coach this group of kids. What a great group of kids. We're lucky as coaches to get to work with these guys. The hard work, the dedication, to have it pay off like this is obviously tremendously rewarding.
Well, congratulations again.
Thank you.
Well done, and the future looks bright with some of these sophomores contributing so much on both sides of the ball. Well done, Coach.
Agreed. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Corey Munster-Tiger here for BC TV. I have senior Kevin Sheridan here, phenomenal player on the defensive side of the ball, contributor on the offensive side of the ball on the tight end position. Kevin, you guys had a rough start to this game. You were able to recover. Tell me about your thought process after that first series on the defensive side of the ball.
We knew they were going to come out strong, and it didn't really surprise us too much, but I'm just proud of them, my boys, and how they fought back and got the W.
The Bulldogs went down 8-0 after that first interception by Danny Black. However, they bounced back. Kevin Sheridan, a couple of sacks throughout the game. Defense came up huge. A couple of tight end screens, too. Any thoughts about you and your boys, the senior class?
I've been playing these boys since they're in 4th grade, and I wouldn't want to do it with anybody else.
Love to hear it. So back-to-back state titles, undefeated season. Any last thoughts, Kevin?
We're undefeated.
There you go. Congratulations. Well done.
Thank you.
All right, Corey Munster-Tiger here for BC TV. I have senior quarterback Danny Black. Danny, you guys ran it back. Tell me about the start of the game and what you guys were thinking after those first 2 series, how you bounced back.
I mean, we had a great game plan going into the game, and then obviously it was a rough start with those 2 interceptions, and it was just all my guys on the offense had confidence in me. They brought me back to life, and we really just balled out for the rest of the game.
2 interceptions early, but you came back right near the end of the half. 22-yard strike to Luke Soden. Nice post pattern, great pitch, great catch. You guys were going into halftime with confidence. Tell me about the second half. You guys came out, kind of bounced it back and forth. What were the changes? What were the adjustments that you made at halftime?
I mean, what we had in the first half was working, so we knew we didn't really need to change much, but we knew once we got the ball, we needed to score right away to set the tone.
You sure did. You set the tone for a great second half. You came out with a 20-point victory, 28-8. You ran it back, undefeated season. Anything you want to say about you and your classmates in this senior class?
I've been playing with these boys for my entire life, and it was just great to win it with these boys. It was just great. It was a great experience. It's been a hell of a ride.
Great job. Again, senior quarterback Danny Black, congratulations. Back-to-back state championships. Well done.
Thank you.
Corey Munster-Tiger here for BC TV. I have Brody Helton, standout sophomore running back for the Bulldogs after this state championship. 28-8 victory here in 2023. Brody, tell me about the first half versus the second half, and tell me about that 45-yard run to break things off and put things out of reach.
First half, they came out and punched us in the face, and we know we had to respond. In my run, got through. I think number 5 pulled my back, got through, I was gone. Wide open.
He was gone, found some space on the near sideline off the left tackle. Brody, just a sophomore. Coach has had his eyes on you. What are you looking forward to in the next 2 years here?
I'm looking forward, and I want to get 2 more when I'm here. I want to get 3.
Great aspirations for Brody Helton, sophomore standout. Any other thoughts about the senior class that have led you guys through a perfect season?
I'm going to miss my boys. They've morning practice, all that, just hanging out after school, all that. I'm just going to miss my senior boys.
Great job. Brody Helton here for the Bulldogs after a 28-8 victory. Congratulations on back-to-back state championships. Corey Munster Tiger here for BC TV. I'm here with senior standout Spencer Henrishon, lineman on the offensive side of the field, on the defensive side of the field. He's had an outstanding season. Spencer, you guys ran into some adversity to start the game. Tell me about your mindset after an interception, a touchdown by the Lancers, another interception. What were you guys thinking on the defensive side of the ball?
You know, we had faith in our game plan, and all around we have faith in each other. So we were seeing things we liked in the beginning of the game. It just wasn't going the right way. Danny was a little down on himself after throwing 2 picks. So we had to let him know, like, hey, we're still here with you. We're still fighting for this. 1 touchdown and we're back in it. And even though we were down, like, we were feeling confident and we were able to come back.
And come back you did. You came back for a second straight state championship. 28-8 was the final score. You were making plays all over the place. A couple of sacks, huge stops at the line of scrimmage. We've been touting your defense all year. Tell me about your mindset coming into the game.
Well, I knew it was my last game, and last year I didn't get much chance to play defense. So this year I really wanted to make my name known on defense, and that's where I was really going to make a statement. So coming in this game, like, knowing it was my last one, I knew I really had to, like, put my full effort into it and go out on a bang, and I think I did.
That you did. Any last words for your senior teammates here? This is your last game. You've won back-to-back championship. It's quite a class. Congratulations to you. What are your thoughts about your teammates?
Yeah, I mean, we've been playing together since I was 5 years old. I love all of these guys, and I'm going to miss them so much. We're always going to be a family, all of us seniors. And, I mean, obviously, back-to-back state championships couldn't go any better way.
Congratulations again. Spencer Henrishon, senior captain here for the Bulldogs. Back-to-back state titles. Well done.
Thank you.
All right, Corey Munster Tiger here for BC TV. I'm here with senior wide receiver Luke Soden. Luke, a couple fantastic plays early on in this game. Just out of sync on 1 or 2 from Danny Black, but then that 22-yard touchdown right before halftime. Tell me about that play as it went through.
I felt like they came out very aggressive, and then I had to get him back. You know, he missed me on one, but I trusted him. I went over and told him, you know, we'll get the next one. He said, I won't miss you, and then just ran a little post pattern, and he hit me right in the chest, so I caught it and went to the end zone.
Good way to summarize that. That put the Bulldogs up 21-8 at halftime. You guys came out, some funny plays in that third quarter. Finally, we were able to ice it in the fourth. Great run by Brody Helton, put the game out of reach. Tell me about your guys' thought processes on the offensive side of the ball throughout that second half.
Oh yeah, it was just keep possession of the ball, no, mistakes, turnovers. Those are game changers. So keep the ball, let our defense do their thing and stop the offense, and just chew the clock from there.
Back-to-back state championships here for the football team. Luke Soden, again, a leader on the basketball team, looking to do well this winter as well. Congratulations again, Luke. We look forward to watching you on the hoops court.
Thank you.